Hello, hello, hello. It's another glorious day, my tea sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your crumpets together because it's time to dish tea. And you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat.
Can't wait. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat.
Darling.
And hello. Hey. What's going on to all of mine? Let me stay in the frame here. All of my tea sippers, my crumpet dunkers, honey, my tea brewers, my pot stirrers, and my tea leaf readers. What's going on with all of you in your respective worlds today? Darling, it's another glorious day, and I know you have all of your crumpets together because, darling, it's time to dish tea. And you're dishing tea, darling, with Big Meats. Let's do it, babies. How is everyone doing today? How was your Monday? And all of those things, honey. I'm going to be sipping on this almond milk. However, I truly believe I got to look at this because I'm starting to build up phlegm in my throat, and this is not calcium. I mean, you know, cow's milk to have all of that stuff in it, and so I shouldn't have this phlegm. However, I do. And the whole thing of this, I need to go back to my throat coat tea, but this damn almond milk has been working me over. In the meantime and in between times, hey, EJ, what's going on with you? What's up, baby? Eric Buck is in the building. CODY Cody is in the house. Cody Commons, class of 87 right here. So how were you guys doing? And I done said that once. You know, just wanted to make sure that your day was fine. Honey, my day has been all of the above. I was sitting around waiting to go pick up my car because I told you I had to take the car to the shop. You know, Miss Melanie Cool, that's her name, Melanie Cool. You know, she was giving me a couple of problems and things of that nature. Hey, Gerald, good evening to you as well, baby. And so after spending a total, darling, I done spent $975 for this damn car.
Well,
okay, in repairs because I had to get 4 brand new tires. Okay, we had to we get the tune-up. Then the Serpentine and Serpentine belt had to be changed. Then on top of it, I had to get a blower because the air wasn't working, so I had to get a blower. I had to get the horn repaired, which, you know what, believe it or not, when I just wrote it, I didn't have a reason to hit the horn to see if it worked so I could see what it sounded like. So I had to get the horn replaced. But then, honey, what was the cat's meow to all of this, baby? I went there because, you know, when you're riding on the freeway and carrying on, honey, every time I would get over 65, you know, my you know, everything would start shaking a little bit and this, that, and the other, and it'd get the loud ass sound. Well, me not knowing a lot about cars like that, darling, I was told that, oh, no, I can't let you take this car up out of here like this. I said, what do you mean? He said, you ain't got no brakes. I said, yes, I do. This thing brakes, the brakes are lovely. Okay. He said, you don't hear all that loud knocking and carrying on. I said, that's why I bought it to you. I'm telling you, you know, it rattles and things. I told you it was riding hard and carrying on. Well, darling, I had to get a CV. Wait a minute. I had to get the ball bearings. I had to get front brakes and carrying on and things. I had to get new rotors because the rotors was all fucked up and shit. I was like, oh my God. The brake pads, there was no pads. Okay. was nothing on that thing, honey. So it's metal up on metal.
That's God. That was God.
Now I know what that sounds like when you're breaking and carrying on, and I'm like, okay, well, let's see what this is. But I wasn't having that particular sound, and you know how brakes grind. I wasn't getting all that. Okay, so I was like, well, okay. So he showed me all the parts, and then I had it's the CV. Wait a minute. It's the CV. It's like a torsion bar or something. Anyway, when he showed me that bitch was broken in half and carried on, and all of the spindles and shit was off. That girl, she said that's why she rattling and carrying on the way that she doing. I was like, oh my God. So I know that everything in me, honey, the power, my higher power that I call the omniverse, honey, just looks out after me to make sure that as I was riding that car, that, you know, there was nothing that was going to harm me and affect me and carrying on. So we had to get all of that done. And so I'm a little rushed because I'm just getting in from picking the car up. Because, you know, the donut factory done called us back to work. And so I'm on the schedule for Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. That's why the format here has changed. I know we usually try to come on every day, but now that I got to maneuver around being on call, you know, we're on Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays, and at least for this week. Now, as it changes or whatever, I will let you guys know, and then we make sure that we come in with a fantastic commentation show for you. Okay, cheers to you, darling. In the words of my baby, honey, Miss Otis Mack, honey, Chicago's heavy Jeter. Pardon my indulgence. I love when Otis says that. So that there has been my day. So, you know, on top of that, you know, one of my children is in the hospital, and you know, trying to get all that together. So and then they're talking about he's going to be released tomorrow. So now he's trying to get back home to Detroit. We had to book plane tickets and all of that. And another child of mine, honey, I just, you know, trying to take care of this one. I got another child over here. I got to make sure this paperwork and stuff is done. I'm like, the work of a mother.
Yeah.
Okay, good evening. So that there has been my day, and I've been kind of feeling a little, you know, like I'm here, but I'm not, and like I just needed to have an exhale moment, or just, you know, I wasn't feeling like my energy was there. I'm like, I'm here, but it's like something was off a little bit. So that there has been that. Aunt Nikki is not going to be with us tonight because she's preparing to take her road trip to go home to take care of her family business and care. So she's on her way back to Philly. So all of you who are looking for her tonight, she's not going to be in this evening. Big Guy Ally is coming soon. He's finishing up some work that he is, but he's going to be in, and we're going to get everything going. What you say, breathe? Girl say breathe, babe. Okay, can I have just have my exhale? My woosah moment, baby. I feel you, and I understand completely. So that there is going to be that. Now I got one of my sister friends that came up in here, so we're going to have a special guest up in here this evening. I'm going to bring her in just a few moments. However, let me set the stage for y'all today, because see, while we're still trying to rework the format of what we're doing, today being Monday, we're calling this Media Mondays, okay? Media Mondays, and you know, we're going to get the tea of what's going on in the world today, okay? And things of that nature. So I got a couple of things that I want to bring to your awareness and to your attention. Okay, and I know we're going to have some wonderful discussion. We miss Aunt Nikki tonight. We got your back, though, me. Thank you, baby. Okay, come on now. That's what I'm telling y'all. My tea sippers, my crumpet dunkers, pot brew, and my pot stirrers and tea brewers, and my tea leaf readers, honey. So, come on through. Okay? So, again, this is just regular vanilla almond milk this time, child. But we're going to get into a few things this evening, and I know they're going to be hot button topics. Okay. One of the subjects that we're going to talk about is free speech is free speech really free, or are we prepared to deal with the consequences that free speech brings? Okay, are we there? Are we expecting to deal with the consequences of it, or do we feel as though we could just do any and everything because we're protected by it? Let's look at that at social media context and carrying on. We got a lot of people with keyboard courage, honey, and they'll throw some shit out there at your ass, honey, in a heartbeat, in the midst of saying that, oh, well, you know, it's my freedom of speech. Oh, excuse me. Oh, wait a minute, that wasn't supposed to come out like that. It's my right to free speech, and I can say what I want to say, and this, that, and other, blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah, you do. But are you ready for the fucking consequences? Because, yeah, in that, I'm going to segue because, in fact, I'm gonna start off with this because this here, it's a little lengthy, but I'm gonna show it in its entirety. Because how many of y'all have seen Ricky Smiley put the guy in check for calling his friend, his high school friend or whatever? It was a white guy that called this black woman a fucking nigger. Okay, and in that, when Ricky found out, he went and found the guy, and I'm gonna show y'all the video in just a second. So we have that, and now here's the one. I'm gonna tie these two together because I was hearing about this thing called the Diversity Act of 1705, and I'm like, okay. So when I started reading about it, I heard about it, what it says, but it wasn't called that. Then I'm like, okay, well, why is it called the Diversity Act? And that's very interesting because I'm on that word specifically because now that we have the LGBT community saying celebrate diversity, okay, that Diversity Act, you know, and how it was breaking down, it's not called that. It is called the Virginia Slave Code, okay, of 1705. And so I'm trying to figure out how it was called the Diversity Act, or when did it call that? Because I was Googling, I'm like, okay, but when was this called this? And I have not seen that. The only time that I've seen it being called that is when Dr. Claude Anderson referenced it. However, I have not seen anything else to corroborate that, okay? But we're going to talk about it because, see, it's going to segue into this conversation of reparations. And are you guys voting? How many of y'all are y'all going out to vote? You registered. You're going to make sure that you vote. I don't care who you vote for, okay? Because that's not the argument here. Although personally, if I'm going to put it out there, personally, I'm hoping that we're all looking to get this fool up out of office. However, for those of you who say he needs to stay, I don't have time to argue that, okay? Or debate with you. You feel how you feel. Just get out to vote to let your voices be heard. But there's a segment of our population. Wait a minute. Hold on. Everybody's looking for the video. I'm finna play it in a second. Hold on, y'all. Ain't got to go there. I got it up here. Everybody, you know, we got a section of the population that's saying, hold your vote. Y'all ain't got to go vote because voting don't mean shit. Dr. Claude Addison is on that. Your vote don't mean nothing unless you have economic power, which I do agree with him on that to a degree. But there are those who are saying, well, no, we need to make sure that we get reparations. We need to have reparations on the table. We need to talk about reparations. And the question is, if you got the goddamn reparations, what the fuck you gonna do with it? Okay, what are you gonna do with it? And how much is enough? How much? What value do you put on the descendants of the people who built this country and still building it? What is that? Is there any economic value you could put on that? Huh? So we're going to talk about that and carry on. So that's going to be how we're going to segue into this. Okay. So Helena Hologram is in the wings. Honey, stay right there. Let me play this first video first, and I'm going to bring you in. Okay. I'm going to go here and share. Where is it? Come on. Is this the one? No, that's not the one. Hold on. I got it. Hold on. Okay, this is the one. All right. So let me go here because I want to share this screen. And Let me get y'all into the thing. Okay. 1, 2. Is that one? Yeah. Okay. You ready? It ain't that one. God damn it. See, I tell you, God humbles me all the time, honey. God humbles me all of it. And see what it is. It's not listed. I got to go one by one to make sure I got the right one. And it's still, why is that still coming up like that? That's not the right one. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna get it. I feel like Miss Millie. Okay. I feel like Miss Millie of the color purple. Oh shit. I can do this. I can make it go the right way. Is this the right one? No, that's coming later. That's not the right one. Okay. That's not the right one. I'm gonna get y'all. I'm telling y'all. See, because it's all listed as Facebook, some of the other videos are tabbed and it's not giving me what I want. Okay, I clicked that one. Let me click. Is this the one? Shit. No, that's not the one either, but I'm coming to that one. Hold on. That one there, child. Yeah, that's a doozy. See, I told you I got some stuff lined up for you, but oh, I hate this because it's not giving me. Okay, I just did that one. Oh, shit. Is this the one? No. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. God damn it. No, I'm going to play this because I need this to do the right thing. And it keep messing up because it's not giving me the right one. Let me go there. That's probably the one I didn't. That's the one. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Hey, Sal over here. Sure. Sal and Sal working today. Oh, okay. You got it right truck right there? Yeah. Hey, okay, so my sister was just walking through the gate about 30 minutes. Came about 30 minutes ago. Yeah. And I was going across, and I probably walked in front of the truck. Right? Because we just went to put a video clip, and he was like, fucking nigga. We got on tape. I'm just came in about 30 minutes ago. And that's your truck right there. And she said, it's that. Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah. 45 minutes ago. About an hour. Yeah. But you are right there. And 2 black girls that was coming down. Oh. Yeah. No, what I'm telling you. Yeah. We have it on tape. And but when y'all almost hit, you say, fucking nigga. And listen, the only thing we're asking you to do is just, well, we can go on about our business, just apologize. Yeah, sorry. So I'm going to get her over here, and I would just like you to apologize to her, and we are going about our business. Okay, so can you get her over? Hey, that's all we want, just an apology. Yeah, sorry. No, that's no problem. What made you call her? I mean, I did. You did? It's on video. But why would you apologize to me? We got you on video. It's on video. Yeah, sorry. I mean, what you apologize to her? That's all. All right. Listen, what's your name? I'm just waiting for my phone. I know, but what's your name? What made you say it, though? If you apologize to her, then we'll go on about our business. We have to accept responsibility for our actions. Yeah. And you both, listen. Yeah. Listen, she's about to pull up. What's your apology? That's it, Paul. We don't know what it's Voter's not here. She's about to come now. Can you apologize to her? Okay. Because she just can't call people. I want to know what made you say it, though. Yeah, I mean, what made you say it? You that racist? No. Trump got you fucked up like that? Why would you call her a nigga? I didn't mean to. But you did it, though. Irritated. Irritated about what? We irritated about a lot of shit. Yeah, but I want you, I want you to apologize. Accept responsibility for your actions. And I want you to apologize to her. No, I want you to apologize. Yeah. We don't care about a vote. I want you to apologize to her. Understand? Okay, give me a minute. She's on the way. We're not having this. Okay, and then we're gonna go on about our way. Okay, here she comes. Like, and who do you work with? What? What company do you work for? It is. I don't have. You work with them? It is. So what boat you got coming? What boat? I gotta try to. Okay, coming in to take.
Did it freeze? Is this damn thing freezing? Is it freezing? Why? What the hell is going on? Oh, see, y'all know what? See, they're trying to come from the children. They're trying to come for this, and look at this. Oh, it's buffering. There it is. I'm looking for the buffer. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It's buffering. How about that? Oh no, y'all gonna get all this. You're gonna get all of this. Okay. Why are you buffering though? What's the whole thing of this thing buffering? The signal is strong. We good. No, come on, damn it. Come on. See this here? This is on my brain cells. I'm going to give it a few more seconds, y'all, to see if it's going to come on through, because usually, and see, this is how I know that folks are watching me. This thing been playing, and it's been playing and been playing every goddamn where. Okay. But now the thing wants to buffer. Okay, I got to go on with the show. Let me stop it. Because this thing don't want to do. And okay. Let me just exit out the screen because they're trying to fuck with me. All right, I'm back. So I'm a little bit perturbed because it's 11 minutes. Y'all saw that. But part of what's going on here is that damn thing wants to buffer. And see, I wanted to hear a few things that the other people were saying. And the important part about that was how Ricky was sitting up there letting everybody, especially letting him know, no, we're not here to fight. And we're not here to cause a lot of ruckus. What you going to do is apologize to her. And we're going to move on about our business. Okay? Because you don't want this smoke. Okay? Basically. Okay? Now, the other high school friends that were there, especially the guy in the orange shirt, the big guy, he was ready to whoop that ass. Okay? He was ready to whoop that ass and things of that nature. So it becomes a little bit that way. And I wanted y'all to hear all of that because of the dynamic of it. And later on in the movie, later on in the clip, the guy in the orange shirt is telling him, dude, if you wasn't here, if you were not here, we'd have got that ass. Okay, but because Ricky and his celebrity status and carrying on, they took heed and they would listen to Ricky. No, let's not do that. Let's not do that. And that's where all this is. And I wanted that to all play out. But I know they're watching because, darling, they interrupted all of that. Okay, and that ain't got nothing to do with everything else. That's just that. Let me bring Helena up in here. Helena, come on up in here, girl, and get settled while I go to the comments. Hey, sister.
Hello. What's going on, baby?
What's your tea, mama?
Nothing much, honey. Nothing much.
Okay. Well, here, I'm gonna get to the comments so that we could get the folks who've been talking up in here to say a couple of things. Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm trying to go back to because the kids they've been chatting. Everybody said they hadn't seen the video and tell. Okay, where is it? Go on Ricky Smiley's official Facebook page because it's up there. Or if you hit me up in my DMs, I can send it over there to you for those who are on Facebook. If you're on YouTube watching or Black GDP, I will try to post the link somewhere so that y'all can get this, okay? In any event, let's go here where Tracy said, I vote every time. Absolutely going to vote in person. Please tell me you listened to my latest episode of Get Off My Lawn where I discussed the reasons why we should vote. I haven't gone there yet, but that there is why I need you here so that we can get into that. Okay. Good evening. Good evening. Hello, everybody. Okay. Okay. And this is Eric's podcast where you can find what he's talking about and get his thoughts on what's going on. Okay. Good evening. Hello. Hey, kitty girl. Okay. This gives me a lot of anxiety, but but it needed to be done. Of course, darling. See, this is what it gives everybody anxiety. But one of the things that we have to do is when we approach these situations, we know what to expect, but we got to learn how to stop getting emotionally attached to it so that we can breathe through it. Because see, a lot of times they are expecting us to be the angry black man or you know, that black bitch mentality or the demonstration of that kind of behavior. And so in that, we know what to expect from them. And oftentimes I attempt to go into situations with the worst case scenario. If I'm already thinking what my worst case scenario would be, okay, then everything else shocks me if we don't get there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, okay, it wasn't as bad as I thought. You know, that kind of thing. And so when we're dealing with these kinds of situations, when we're dealing with these kinds of topics and these kinds of people, we have to now learn how to maneuver, honey. This is all the dance on the floor. Okay? This is all the dance on the floor, baby. This is how we need to show up every time. I agree, Tracy. I agree. We need to put them in check at the moment. We most of the time, we don't have the luxury to sit down and wait. Remember how when we were kids, you know, back in the day when we were watching television and when kids needed to get their ass up to be disciplined, the mother used to always say, wait till your father come home. Okay. But y'all know in our community and carrying on, it wasn't no wait till your father come home. Where you cut up at is where you got your ass whooped at.
Hello.
Okay. There wasn't no wait till your father. No, we need to correct this now. So you understand there is a consequence for this bullshit. Because if we don't get it now, then that means you think you got a pass. And then how about the times when you thought you got away with something, but when you did get that ass whooping made up for everything you did. Mm-hmm. And that's because, wow, your mama or your father done got into that explosiveness. And then this is why we got child abuse laws and stuff on the books, because now we got to keep them from killing your ass because now they done waited too late for discipline. How many of y'all remember the times where your parents had to tell you, particularly your mamas, what you said, you better get out of my face. Because, you know, because at that moment, she knew if she had hit you, she'd have hurt you bad. So she could take that step and be like, oh, get out of my face. You know, get away from me right now. That particular emotion, that's because this is how we show up to some of those particular fights because we don't correct it at that time. Or we get so out of there to where sometimes, like you said, that anxiety, it takes us to that place and we have to step back for a minute and be like, okay, you know what, hold up. Because you got to have that process time, you know, in order to make some shit happen. Okay, Eric said, attention, white America, those of you with racist views are now be putting on display for the world to see. Your hate and demonic views must be brought to the light. Say it, child. They should have just demanded the apology instead of doing the plantation understand how I feel skit. Whites don't care how you feel and like that is and like that as an amusement ride. You know what? No, it was more than just that because the first of all, the girl wasn't there. Okay. So they were waiting for her to get there. So in order to keep their time, you know, not you in the man's face, So it wasn't about the whole plantation, understand how I feel skit. It's all about, okay, nigga, I got you here. You gonna hear me. Because there wasn't nowhere for him to go. He was looking for that boat, but it had nowhere to go but in that damn water. Now, was he gonna jump off the pier or was he gonna stand there and take it? Okay. And so now, if the girl had been standing there at the time that he was confronted to get the apology, then we wouldn't have the 11-minute thing. But they had to wait for her to come around and this, that, and the other. So now you know how it is when you're there. Now your emotions start going. And then when you start to talk, I'll be like, damn, here we are in 2020. This is 2020. And you called her a fucking nigga. And the only thing that came out your mouth is, oh, well, I was just having a bad day. No. No. Really? So a lot of time, but you are right. When folks get into those particular situations, they don't care how the fuck you feel because they said what they said, you know, and they don't care. You know, I tell that goes across the board. That's there when you're in a bad relationship and you sit there waiting to have your neck roll moment and carrying on. Oh, you're gonna hear what I got to say, you know, and all that shit. That's your emotions running wild. And most of the time you do want to be heard because I know when I get into that space, bitch, you better not walk away from me and I'm talking. Okay, I know, okay, because that's gonna be a problem. At the same time, though, we got to learn how, baby, you just wasting your breath because they really don't care. They don't care. They don't care. And then what we end up doing is trying to say something that's going to hurt them and thinking that they're going to hurt the same way we hurt. And then, no, it ain't going to happen that way, you know? So yeah, so that's what, exactly. I have an altercation I posted on my page last week. I got to go see that. Tracy said they are used to doing it when we're outnumbered and no repercussion. Now, you know what, you said something right there. You said something right there, Tracy. Whenever they are outnumbered, when they outnumber us, yeah, because imagine if that had been the other way around. Imagine if Ricky had went up there by himself and old boy was there with his good old boy team, the folks he waiting on the boat for. And he would have gone up there and said, no, you owe her an apology and carrying on. This would have become a whole big old thing on their part because now there's strength in numbers. And it would have been the reverse of what just happened. Okay. And then the white folks would have had to sit up there, their freedom of speech and all that old bullshit that would have come into play. See that, and all that is what the bullshit is. Okay. Okay, yeah. How did you say, well, we need a better strategy when it comes to voting instead of blind voting and voting for Fiddler from Roots Fashion. Nothing wrong with taking a sit down if the candidates aren't talking with us, but have a plan. You know what? Hold on. You know what? I don't know if I agree with that about the whole take a sit down. Because here's the thing. Now, especially now at this particular stage of the game, now we have who the candidates are. These are the choices. These are the choices. So if you did not do what the fuck you were supposed to do with the current administration, if there was no plan in action, if there was no, okay, I don't like this dude because of X, Y, and Z, and nobody has done anything to go and rally and put a plan in action to say, okay, let's talk about this is what our community needs. If we didn't do it then, what the hell say we gonna do it now because we don't like Biden, or those who don't like Biden and Kamala? What y'all gonna do now? And instead of sitting down talking about something, oh, well, I ain't gonna vote for nobody because they ain't talking about it. What have you brought to them to say this is what we need or this is what we need to talk about? Where is the fire up under somebody's feet? Where is it? Because we don't have it. And I get those who advocate, and I know who was it? Was it Diddy and Nick Cannon or whoever it was that was saying? And I know Charlemagne was on there. Charlemagne the God was on that damn boat for a second. I think he's still on it about not voting, hold your vote and shit. You know, because they're not talking what we talking or whatever. That their child. Okay, so what are we going to do to make this work for us? Where is the plans, or the plans plural? Where are they for us as Black folks? You understand? Because see, what we keep getting is a whole bunch of this power to the people bullshit. And we need reparations, and they ain't talking about us, and we need to make sure. Well, what we gonna do? Y'all keep running to Claude Anderson for answers, and Claude done said, okay, we got to have economic empowerment. Well, what have we done to obtain that? Outside of bitch moan and complain that the taxes are so high and we can't get our own businesses. Why have we not made that the agenda to say this is what we need? Anyway, that was coming later. Let me go back to some of these comments. Don't, girls, come on up in here while I'm doing these comments, child. If you got something to jump on up in here.
But see, you know what? My thing is, I don't really think we have as many people voting blindly as everybody is saying, because I think people are really taking time to listen to the do's, the don'ts, the is, and the oughts.
Wow. Okay. Okay. How about that? Okay, Tracy say, you're right, they don't care. Okay, they believe in numbers. Exactly. As I said in my podcast, a no or non-vote is a vote for the current administration. Remember, your vote represents more than just you. It also represents who you feel is better for all of us. Okay. April Ryan is a VP candidate. Was on Instagram today speaking on this. So please check out. Very informative. April Ryan. Okay. I got to go see that. I like April. As long as they have numbers, they don't care how you feel. We have to up the numbers in these situations. I got you on that, baby. I feel you on that all day. You also vote for more than just the president when we vote. Exactly. Come on now. Okay. Hey, Eric Cunningham, what's going on, baby?
You know, Mitch, let me say this. I know my screen name say Helena Holger, and the people probably look and say, well, that's a whole damn man. Well, for your information, I'm a whole female illusionist, but I live my life as a male 24/7. So now you can see Helena Holger. We one in the same, but she just in a suitcase right now.
How about that? Okay. She in the suitcase, baby. I on the shelf.
Right, there you go.
In the cooler on the shelf. But here is where all that is now. How is it that we're able to navigate this? Was Ricky Smiley right for taking that approach? Do y'all feel he was right? Do y'all feel that he could have done more? You heard Hodges feeling like they should have just demanded the apology and not deal with with all the why, trying to get him to explain his actions. And I agree to a point, but then, like I said, if the girl had been standing right there at the time and they didn't have to wait for her to come around, we probably would have had that. But now we waiting on her, and now we got all this damn anxious energy, all this anxiety and shit, because I really want to whoop his ass. But, let's talk to the brother, okay? Let me see where your head is, okay? But knowing that whatever was going to come out of his mouth was going to infuriate you anyway. See, so that there is where all of this is. So now, what did y'all think about that? Because see, I'm finna get ready to go into this. Because see, here is where the DeGaga is, honey. Okay, the DeGaga, this particular T-shirt. Have y'all seen the T-shirt?
Oh,
the T-shirt thing here, honey. This is the trip. Now hold on, because the comments and things up in here, honey, is absolutely everything, child. Okay, the comments are everything. That's not the right one. Damn it, I'm coming. You know what? While this is here, let me play this because again, this is going to free speech. I'm gonna play this. I'll get this on out the way. This is real short. Check this out.
Whoa, girl. Woo! Okay, can you hold there? Okay, sit on me now.
Your mom's a hoe.
Okay.
So she's gonna be a pole dancer.
Let's talk. Okay. Let's talk. Okay. Now that there again. Now I'm gonna link all that to freedom of speech and freedom of expression, because here you have a mother and a daughter. Okay. What's up? Is she on the pole? Okay, baby don't know what the hell it is. She did. You know how we learn how to climb the rope and shit in school? Baby just doing the pole. Okay, climbing it because she having fun with her mama. Okay, but then the mama, being the adult that she is, done sit up there and done made this into a whole big old to do. She playing Miss P Valley. She thinks she Mercedes. Okay, and Mississippi in P Valley. Okay. So now what? Okay. And then she say, hold it. And then she had the baby come, and now they ass cheek to ass cheek because the mama's stunting, rehearsing, if you will, as far as I can see it, and using the baby to be the problem. And the baby is just as innocent and just thinking she having fun with the baby, with the mama. So what do y'all do now? Put it, okay, wait a minute. This y'all say, my God, today. My God, today. Wait a minute, what you say? There's a lot of fathers ugly crying over that clip, but at least the baby will be good at the PE ropes. Okay. Okay. So,
but do you think this is an opportunity that somebody may get raunchy and call CPS?
Now go there. Let's go right there. Let's go right there. Because she posted the mom, whoever this is, whoever recorded this or whatever, they posted so she knows what's up here because she agreed to record it. Okay. In the climate that we are in today, with the parents and carrying on the way how the climate is, all it takes is for somebody, for a crazy Karen, to sit down there and say, oh, I don't like this. Y'all know when we get pissed off at folks, you know, at any given moment, honey, somebody will sit down and call CPS on your kid's child just to get back at you.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So now what do we have here? But I like that point, honey. I like that point. The things people do for attention, I will leave it at that. Hashtag Generation Z is something different, honey. Oh. Tracy said, Lord have mercy. Okay. Okay, now hold on. Because let's get into it. Now, hopefully I'm finna hit the right damn clip. Is this the right clip? It is. All right. Now, y'all see this shirt? Homosexuality is a sin. 1 Corinthians 6, 9, and 10. Then the father says, this is the father, my 15-year-old was thrown out of school for the day for wearing this shirt. Hashtag LGBT wants to trample on your hashtag free speech rights while they cry for special rights. Okay? Now, this is hashtag Warriors for Christ, hashtag Pride, hashtag homosexuality, hashtag Bible. Okay? So what do y'all think? The question is, were her rights violated, or did the school do the right thing? I'm going to let y'all have it first, and then I'm going to read some of the comments that's up in here, because a lot of the people, you know, are one-sided on this particular issue. But let me hear where y'all at. Where y'all at?
Let me say this. They do this all the time against us homosexuality. They use the Bible against us. They use the Constitution against us. And now they use freedom of speech against us. Come on, y'all, give this shit a real break.
Oh, you said that. What you said? The Bible, the Constitution, and
And
now
then freedom of speech. Come on, y'all, give us a break. Y'all doing too damn much.
now you know what? And let's go right there, sis, because one of the things that bothers me is that the quote unquote religious right children will sit down there and they defend by saying, how come whenever we say something, it becomes an infringement on our freedom of speech and stuff, because we have the right to believe what we believe. That's a belief. Now, I'm going to say this.
Come on.
As what the school did, I believe that the school was right in sending her home, because the dress code is you're not supposed to wear anything that's inflammatory. Okay, that there is across this whole entire country. You're not supposed to wear anything that's going to incite, that's going to be inflammatory, incite a riot, that's going to have displays of violence, lewd behavior, or lewd activity. And you have to make sure that it's all about keeping folks safe.
Right, and you want something going to distract the other students.
Exactly. That there automatically was going to be a distraction, and it was going to incite a goddamn riot. Now,
Yes.
the way how we are with, and I'm gonna say this, our white counterparts, and there's a white girl in there, and I want y'all to pay attention. That's a white girl that wore that. Okay, our white counterparts of the LGBT community, okay, love to take and make anything and everything a political issue. But I want y'all to catch something. The father is the one behind all this shit, because the father is the one that put this up on the thing to say that his baby was kicked out of school for wearing this, when you know everything about you is about your religious agenda. Why would a 15-year-old come to a school wearing that, knowing that it's going to incite a riot, or it's going to incite an upset, or be a distraction, or get the teachers and everybody talking about that damn shirt? Whether they agree or disagree, it's going to be a distraction. Now, in the comments, somebody said, would they have done the same thing if somebody had wore a Black Lives Matter shirt? Well, damn it, they're doing that now. Jobs and everything are sitting up there with folks who got Black Lives Matters masks and carrying on. They have been instructed that they can't wear that out here at the Kroger's and carrying on. These children have been released. Okay, either you change the mask or you can't work today. Why? Because it becomes a political statement. Okay, and here's something to consider. In the school with that particular scripture, because you're going around with scriptures, that particular scripture and stuff gets into the whole idea of where is the separation of church and state. Y'all took prayer out of school for a reason, but y'all gonna let them walk around with Bible scriptures on and incite shit like that, and then want to say I'm protected by free speech? Really? If that's the case, then why are we all upset whenever we see folks come in with the Confederate flag on this shirt? Why do we get upset when the LGBT children come in with rainbow pride and carrying on during Pride season? Okay, because now you say, oh, they own an agenda. They're trying to stuff this shut down our face. It's always something, but that goddamn religious set, because we claim to be such a Christian nation and all that bullshit. Every time something like this happens, then it becomes, oh my God, you're trying to take my God from me. You are trying to sit down there and say that we're not Christian and we can't have, every time we say something, we get accused of being hate. We get accused of being this. We get accused, because motherfucker, you are. Because your intentions behind it. You ain't saying nothing to say God is love. That ain't what you said. You didn't. How about, wait a minute. You didn't even do John 3:16. Okay? For the wages of sin is death. And no, John 3:16, that's Acts 2:38. I'm sorry. John 3:16 is, wait a minute. Oh, shit. I'm on Acts. Wait a minute, John 3:16. John, hold on, because I'm gonna quote it. That's the one. If you believe with your heart, believe with your heart and confess with your mouth that Jesus died and rose on the third day, you shall be saved. That's John 3:16. Acts 2:38 is, okay, I got excited. I can't think. I was just quoting and I see it done left me. Okay, come on, Helena, help me out, Gospel Queen, help me out, because I done got stuck and I'm trying to quote scripture, but what I get sick and tired of is when that religious right sit down there and they start to weaponize everything and then claim that their weapons are protected by freedom of speech. And okay, if you're going to use freedom of speech as that, then goddamn it, that means you're ready to handle the consequences. Are you ready for this fucking war? Are you ready? Because if at the very least, baby, we're going to sit down there and it's going to be a verbal fight. It's going to be a cat fight. It's going to be a read session. It's going to be all of that at the very least. Okay, so now what? Okay, and then where are the protections on both sides? Why would anybody let this 15-year-old girl be subjected to that kind of ridicule in the school, knowing that a lot of peer pressure and shit is there? She could set herself up for any and everything. Who's to say that the school that she's in, that those who may not feel the same way will try to hurt her? Okay.
But then how you know that the parents didn't have an agenda when they sent her to school with that shirt on?
Oh, come on. Because that's why I'm saying catch the father. Because the father is the one hashtagging. The father is the one that sat up there and said, oh, the LGBT trying to take away our free speech. That's the father said.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Notice that he's a warrior for Christ. So see, you already on the battlefield fighting a fight that ain't got that shouldn't even be a fight.
But see, my thing is that you have 24 hours in a day, and hypothetically, you in school for, let's say, 6.5 hours. What about the rest of those hours to that day when you're not in school that you can wear that shirt? You don't have to wear that shirt in school because you know what kind of rigor it's going to cause.
How about that? Now let me go here, because here's the other thing that I noticed. Because he harped on the fact that they sent her home for the day. Now, usually, normally, and most of the time, if the children don't have any other clothing, they tell you to turn the shirt inside out if you can't go home.
Right.
Okay. But you could opt to go home. Either you can go home or turn the shirt inside out. Or change your shirt. Because sometimes they have clothes,
They may have a shirt in their locker.
Okay. And carrying on. Okay, change your shirt, put that in the locker, blah, 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 blah. So what made them decide to send her home?
What did she do? How was her action?
There we go.
Say, you got to go.
Come on, sis.
But see, we see that we just see the shirt and we just see what her father say. But my question to you as a father, when they send her home, why did they tell you they sent her home?
Okay.
Just the shirt. But I used to work in the school system, baby. Trust me, I know it was more than. And like you say, they were most definitely, they'll let you turn the shirt inside out as long as can't nobody read. That's all they're worried about.
Exactly. Let me go to these comments. I'm gonna go all the way back up here. Okay, it's all good, Helena. Thank you, sis. Talk your shit. I agree with how Ricky Smiley handled it. Okay, it's needed. We're tired. Okay, okay, I think he did the right thing. You can still make demands on both parties. This is how Negro Carnival goes. They are invested. You going home and plantation fussing with each other when your given favorite doesn't win. And as far as its voting game goes, we have a choice between Trump, a magical bigot, and Biden, a wannabe Trump. Well, and then whose fault is that? Because when we had all the goddamn candidates, didn't nobody want to sit down there and do? When we had a myriad of candidates, honey, didn't nobody say shit? Okay?
Because sometimes people are always going to have an excuse for not doing what the hell they know they're supposed to do in the get-go. Stop with the excuses and do what you're supposed to do. Because we're going to realize if you don't vote, then you're allowing him to win. Duh. You can't sit up here and bitch about Trump and you're not gonna vote.
And that's on both ends. So for those of y'all who think Trump should win or whatever, if you don't take your ass out there and vote, that means you're voting for Biden. That simple.
Pretty much.
Okay. Well, they took prayer out of school. Now they want it back in for being homophobic. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, exactly.
You know, somebody told me years ago, they said, honey, they took prayers out of school, but trust me, as long as they have tests, we still praying.
Okay. I feel that it was very disrespectful for this white boy to call this black woman nigger, but let a black man call his mama a cracker, redneck trash. It would have been a problem and a big fight. Okay, yeah, that's okay.
But you know what, Mitch, what got me with surprised me is I'm surprised since that white guy was outnumbered that he didn't pull a Becky and call the police.
Oh, he probably didn't have his phone because he kept looking for that damn boat.
Right.
He kept looking for that goddamn boat, honey. It's willful ignorance. She knew she was being offensive. The school did the right thing. Okay, all right. What you say now? Okay. Tony Jones, he said, this is not a freedom of speech issue. It's a safety and safe environment issue, which is the school's responsibility. The T-shirt was or could have been offensive to some of the students. Okay, right. And I'm go right there too. And that's where I am with it, because it was inciting. It was there to incite disruption and a riot potentially. And you're right. That's it.
I mean, I don't know if you remember this, but I remember years ago, maybe it was just in this area, that they stopped the children from wearing T-shirts that had Martin Luther King picture on it or Malcolm X with no words on it.
Oh, girl, wait a minute. Oh, shit.
And they didn't have no words on it.
Yes, I do remember that. Oh, yes. I do remember that. Okay. How do you say there are no rights, only responsibility for words? I like that. What she's looking for is a gay guy or girl to give her a good old black gay in Atlanta for Black Pride beatdown. Want attention, get attention. Okay, you know what? That's good. How did you know what you and your goddamn analogies, honey? Just
yeah, they cut kind of deep, honey. I'm trying to tell you.
But he does that on purpose, child. He does that on purpose. White folks truly feel that they are privileged. No, ma'am. They try to make the black out of the gutter. We would have been beat up and locked up. We give too much credit to these white ass people. Hell to the no, honey. All right, what you say? Hell to the no.
But see, you know what I mean. One thing that I have, this is my issue, and this is across the board. This is not to black people, not to white people, not to gray people. This is my thing. Hypothetically, if you know the law say that you cannot cross the street at 1:00 p.m. and you cross the street at 1:00 p.m., stop blaming the fucking law. You knew you weren't supposed to cross the street at 1:00 fucking p.m.
You know what? Okay, so wait a minute. Hold on. Let me stop right there. Because if you finna go into something.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. Because this goes into that reparations thing. But it fits here because see, this is still about free speech and about their goddamn vote. Because a lot of folks are mad at Biden, they mad at Kamala, talking about where they created this bill and they done put more black folk in jail and all of those bullshit. But my issue is, okay, we can say that. And however it's true, it is. Okay. But let's look at some of that responsibility. Because at the time, they got mad at Clinton about the super predators and all that bullshit. Yes, it was offensive, but let's look at the people who fed into that goddamn stereotype that kept perpetuating it. Okay? When the dope hit came, and we all know the government put that in our community, so that ain't the argument. But when it came, why is it that now, in order to keep your business together, you started to recruit kids because you were teaching kids, oh, they're not going to come after you. They're not going to come after kids. He ain't going to do no time. They may send him to juvie for a minute, but he ain't going to do no real time. So now, you, in order to keep your business together, motherfucker, y'all sitting around here infiltrating and trying to work the system because you done found a loophole to get around it. And then get mad because you get caught or your competition done ratted you out. And then everybody talking about something, oh, well, these laws that put all these black folk in jail.
But you knew about it.
But you knew. You knew.
And I'm going to piggyback off of that. And then the other side to that nobody looks at. You got these little 10, 11 years old running home once and twice a week with $200 and $300 that no goddamn parent in the house is paying attention to where that child's getting this money from.
And then you accept it.
And you accept it. Listen to me, you know my stepmom used to say to me, don't bring no damn dirty money in my house.
Oh. And that was it. And that was it. Miss Essie Lorraine was like, and this is a street woman. My mother was a street woman, honey, okay? And her gambling was her thing, and you know? But her thing was, in this house, there is none of that damn street shit.
Hello.
You understand? Because the street shit was done where? In the streets. You don't bring that shit here. You don't sit down there and put my life in danger. You don't put my kids in danger. Now, she had to have that conversation with my brother, okay, because he wanted to sit down there and thought he was helping. See, that's the part that we look at that we have our sympathy and empathy for, because all of that, folks were seeing that as a way out. I'm already there for that. But at the same time, when the parents sat up there and said, because Essie Lorraine was like, oh, no, not up in here. Not up in here. Not here. If y'all watch Jason's lyric, when the brother came in and had all this damn delicious old meal, and mama come home and she's like, wait a minute, we ain't got this kind of money to have this kind of dinner. She went to that table and got throwing that shit in the garbage. And she said, not like this. Oh, no, I'm not eating this. Not with that dirty money. I'm not eating that.
Hello.
But mama, wait a minute. I did this for you. He thought he was helping. And she's like, baby, not like this.
Not like this.
Not like this, because the stakes are too high. The stakes are too high. I care about you too much to allow them streets to take over like this. Because if I say yes to this, then that means the stakes going to get higher and higher and higher. Okay, then we all looking over our backs and shit, you know. So all of that, when I get back on this, because we talk about what this is in our communities, and a lot of us who got issues with Biden and Kamala and carrying on. So all right, but now what are we going to do to put their asses to the fire? Because we never put them to the fire. We bitch moan and complain. We ain't never went up to their motherfucking faces. I don't see the black. Listen, where are we at these damn rallies and carrying on? When they coming, where are we with the questions? Okay, we need to bombard the question. But listen, what you gonna do about this? What you gonna do about that? Because you're responsible for this, and this. How can we trust you, bitch, when you in California and you did this, and this to the hood? And now you want to be VP for the nation? See, those are legitimate questions that we got to put that fire up under the damn. Honey, listen, they say steak is for dinner. I ain't heard it sizzle yet, bitch. It's rare. I need my medium well.
Right. And you know, like the guy said earlier, you have to realize, even in voting for that, we need to vote for senators and all of that. So everybody needs to take some time to do their damn homework, because the bottom line is nobody was saying anything about Biden when all them other candidates that was up there running, and they're probably some of the same people who didn't even vote then. So now you got Biden, and now all of a sudden you got your damn mouth open.
How about that? Let me go to some of these comments. Red, I see you. I'm finna bring you up in here. So let me get through all these comments, because I know he patient on it. He was just all wrong all day long. I would have not been. It would have not been a pretty sight if that was my mama. There should be a dress code in schools. That's why I'm all for uniforms. But had it been another Bible quote, I wonder if it would have been an issue, because that is what the Bible says. But they want to bring prayer back in schools and God into the Pledge of Allegiance. Ooh. Now, you know what? Hold on, because I'm going to read you this since you went there. Let me read you this one Bible scripture that somebody said. If she had imagine if she had wore a T-shirt saying, "If a man sells his daughter as a servant, she is not to go free as male servants do." Exodus 21:7. How about that? Okay. How about that? What if she had wore that? Okay. Would that cause because the whole idea is that now, okay, you got the women's lib, you got women's, all this, that, and the other. A lot of women don't believe that women should submit to their husbands because they hear subservient when they hear the word submit, and that's not what that is. But in their brains, they calculate that. So you hear that, it goes into these whole particular issues that everybody starts to pull from their own experiences, their own belief system, and then you start to interpret this shit in a way that causes distraction. Okay. Here's Eric. He said, this is clearly an attempt to stir the pot and cause a distraction. Yes, some places are purposely disallowing BLM logos on clothing and outerwear. Most of this division is caused by Mr. Clown and his buffoonery. Changes need to be made. As I have said before, the fish rots from the head, honey. Okay. Okay. It's always been there, but it's time for the wolf clothing to come off because the word said it. It'll come a time they'll believe a lie before the truth.
They've been doing that for years, honey. That's nothing.
They cherry pick from the scriptures to suit their ignorance. I like that, honey. Okay. That one. Okay, I like that one, honey. Wait a minute. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Come on now. Barbara, she said, I think that is her opinion, and she has that right. She is old enough to know that wearing that shirt would cause in school, but I'm not mad. The whole thing, you know what? I agree with you, Barbara, because I'm not mad either. Okay, I ain't mad because, and this is what I said at the beginning of the piece about learning how to take these things and come out of our emotions. That knee-jerk reaction because we don't like it or we feel offended or whatever the case may be. Everybody is entitled to how they believe, how they think, how they feel, and et cetera, et cetera. The problem comes when you sit down there and you start to disrespect me because of your religion. And I mean genuine disrespect. I'm not talking about that bullshit of because you just like that I kissed my boyfriend out in public, that you feel that you weren't disrespected, bitch. You just didn't like, you saw what you saw. That wasn't no goddamn disrespect because it didn't infringe upon you. Just like the air out here. Is it disrespectful because these goddamn companies got all this shit going up in the air, yet we got to breathe? Is it disrespectful for COVID? COVID is airborne. Is it disrespectful? No, it's a nuisance. And it's a problem that we have to deal with. But that's not disrespectful and coming up against someone and offending the delicacy of their nature, if you will, means that I have done something in your person that is going against you and everything about you at the time. Not because you disallow something. And it's a fine line. That line, honey, is so fine to where if you sit down there and step on it, you'll blur it. But we have to be real with it and stop hiding our prejudices under some of these umbrella terms. Okay?
Yeah, and that's what they do because we all know for since the beginning of time, we've all had men who wear those white sheets in high places like Congress and governors and mayors, but we ain't gonna go there. But anywho,
come on now. Okay, come on now. Okay, I agree, Helena. Yes. That's right, 2H. Ha. Okay. Tell them what's real up in here. Okay. No, here's the problem. If our black child wear a gay shirt, they would have been treated like shit. But then she wears this shirt and they should have sent her home, turn the shirt over, but put her in school suspension. Okay, right. Now how about that's an option.
Yeah.
Put her into detention.
Right.
Sending her home. You know, again, that part is what that part is where I got to get to, honey. That part is where I got to get to. Oh, this is good. Not only kids will be able to wear like weed shirts, gun shirts, LGBT shirts without a fucking problem. Yeah, y'all know them marijuana leaf shirts, honey.
But see, the thing is, But the thing is, they want their child to wear whatever shirt that they want. But when somebody else's child wears a shirt that they don't like, then they're gonna up and jump and blah blah blah. But your child just did it yesterday.
Exactly. Okay. Once again, you are going by what you are fed instead of what is really happening. Biden, Harris, and Clinton policies were taking black homeowners, aka mamas and grandma houses. It's like if being gay or female illusionist, if you lock, if they lock you up, but kick in your mama's door and take her house, who is the real criminal, you or your mama? Hold on, now you know me and you go bump heads on this, because again, if mama didn't put her house up for the collateral, then there wouldn't be a goddamn problem. See, one of the things that made that unfair, because I hear where you're going as far as those laws being unfair, as far as making the parents responsible for the actions of their children. But a lot of the time that there was a parenting issue because we had lost our village. The village became the villain. So you got some of these damn mamas that carrying on who, oh my God, this ain't my baby. You don't want to live in the reality that your child is out here kicking indoors. Okay, got folks strung out on crack and shit, thinking he being a business man and all that bullshit because he's telling you something else and you living in a bubble up world. You put your house up, okay, Miss Women of Brewster Place, Oprah, okay, put your house up knowing this little motherfucker wasn't shit to begin with.
Come on, say okay. That.
And so now that you put your house up, then they sit up there and they come to get it because this fucker didn't do what the hell he was supposed to do. Okay? Now, this is not to take away from those like we see all the time. We got the WAPs that sit down here and come through and throw a monkey wrench in the plan because see now you're trying to get ratings, you're trying to get election turnarounds and shit. You're trying to sit down here and go through all of the political power. You're trying to get notoriety and things because you want this to happen. We want to solve this case so that we can keep the community at bay and shut folk up. But then you end up fucking up and you got the wrong person. You're kicked in the wrong house. Okay, well, we got Breonna Taylor now down here in Atlanta. It was an old 90-some-odd-year-old woman a few years ago. Wrong house, everything. Shot that woman up and killed her.
Well, honey, let me tell you, I had a wrong house incident, and let me tell you, and I'm not being disrespectful because that's not what I do. But I had a wrong house incident that I was in here with company. Let's get into this. Girl, company. Oh. They broke the frame of my door, my front door. They came in the bedroom, and the first thing the police said to me was, oh my God. And I just went off work. I said, well, you know what? If you stop breaking in people's houses, you wouldn't have to walk in and see the shit that they're doing.
Right.
So what was I supposed to do? Because I'm a gay man and you walked in my house with me laying with somebody, what was I supposed to do? Put on clothes? Oh. This is my shit.
Oh.
Just for you to tell me that, I'm sorry, we went in the wrong house.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am, honey. Okay. Like you said earlier, we had better candidates who better represent our issues. Where were you then? We need to learn the whole process, how the whole process works, and totally participate in the entire election process. The entire,
because everybody come in on the tail end of it, and then they got so much to say.
Okay. Hey, guys, love y'all. I'm about to leave out to go to Philly. I know, baby. I told them that you couldn't come in today. Okay.
We love you too, Nikki. Everybody know I can't take the place, girl.
Love you too, Nikki. Safe travels. Okay. Daryl, this was thought out to start a war from the dead, and it's a generation taught from the home. Premeditated. Oh, I like that. Not the premeditation, honey. Okay. What'd you say? Tell the truth and shame the devil. Okay, you better come on. Preach. Okay. All right. Okay. I had a wrong house incident years ago. It's traumatic. I'm sure. Listen. Y'all heard me say this before, honey. I was in the wrong house. I was just the wrong person. Okay. And I got stuck in the car.
So many ends that even the person that was there, it was very traumatic to him because this man sitting there looking like, What the hell you got going on in your world that they breaking up in your shit?
Right.
I don't have nothing going on in my world.
Hello. Oh, she said, girl, I have company.
Right.
I'm mortified, bitch. I'm mortified. She said, oh.
And you know how your little sister is, bitch. I was just nurse on it. You know, we talking about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the damn morning, bitch.
Yes. Okay, right. Okay, girl. I ain't even. Come on up in here, Red.
How you doing?
Yes, Lord, honey.
Y'all having a good old time, huh?
Okay.
I'm showing off. I'm just a fly on the wall.
All right. Well, as long as your fly don't fly open, you'll be good.
Sometimes it's not always a bad thing, honey.
Right.
Look, so I'm gonna tell y'all like this. This is my opinion on that whole thing. At the beginning, when stuff started going bad in the family, in the household, when they removed that father figure and that representative household, this is when that child thought he was supposed to step up and become the alpha. You know what I'm saying? You still a boy trying to be a man of the house. Now you go out in the streets and they tell you this is how you're supposed to get it. And your dad might have been a factory worker getting it the right way, and he left the home. But you gonna go out here and little Ray that been out in the streets gonna tell you, no, this is how you get this money and make sure your mama's straight and make sure your little sister and them got their medication and all that. So now you standing out there, you coming in, you bringing this money. Now you done made it past the doggone $50,000 mark. The feds are watching.
Yeah.
Now, everything that your mama done worked for, that she paid for with a paycheck, they counting it as drug money.
Yep.
So when they come in that door, her jewelry that her great grandmama gave her from years ago was bought with drug money, as far as they're concerned, and they don't care about nothing else.
You better teach this thing right here.
I'm trying to break this shit down because I'm telling y'all, the real deal is you cannot have a 16-year-old kid in your house coming in talking about happy birthday, mama, with a fucking 4 mink fox.
Bam.
And you're living in public housing.
Woo!
Yeah, you living in public housing. And why aren't you asking your child, your son, where the fuck did he get a Cadillac Escalade at if y'all got bus passes and food stamps?
Woo!
Hello.
See y'all trying to run me off this goddamn screen. I'm like, fucking with y'all. Listen.
Trying to tell you something, shit, brother. I know goddamn well. You know, I'm speaking from things I've seen coming up in the city of Chicago, bro. I motherfucker had to walk up to a guy one day and said, nigga, look around you. Your mama live in a motherfucking row house. You just put $20,000 in her row house. You walk up, there's graffiti on the wall. Some people's windows are missing, but when you walk in her house, it look like Beverly fucking Hills on the inside of the projects. Why would you put marble floors and mirrors and shit and furniture and all that shit, and your mama buy her a house, get her out of the hood?
Boom.
Around you. Nigga, you have a SUV, and on the back of your SUV in the projects, you got a speedboat. Nigga, do you see a speedboat in 10 miles?
Come on now.
But do you not think that they're watching it?
Yeah, but your ass ain't been to work a day in your life.
You better say that. Listen. Okay. Oh my God. That there. Now, hold on, because let me add this component onto it, because I'm gonna take everything you just said, Red, and I'm gonna give it over here to my sister. Because see, girl, we know the stunt queens, bitch, that sit up there checkbooking and credit carding and doing that same motherfucking thing. Bitch, you live in a motherfucking hovel. A hovel.
Mm-hmm.
But yet, everything you turn around, bitch, y'all done stunning and got the goddamn. I know in Detroit when them bitches broke into Dietrich furs and took all them motherfucking fur coats. And for those of y'all who watch Pose, I'm telling you, the scene, the opening scene, honey, when Electra and them were in the damn museum and stole all that shit and showed up at the ball because they were trying to get the grand prize. Honey, that there was real, because the same bitches did that in Detroit years ago when they sat down there and broke into Dietrich furs right there on 2nd Lothrop Avenue, child. Bethune, rather. They broke into Dietrich Furs, and instead of getting regular furs, bitch, they got all of the premium furs that was specially dyed, all the color ones. Okay?
They did the same thing at Evans Furs in Chicago and Beverly Hills. They didn't touch a store on that strip. They went in Evans and took all the damn top end shit.
Showed up at the motherfucking ball at Tom Phillip Post.
Yeah.
So that they could walk a ball, bitch. And the police met their asses right there, took everybody and put them on the motherfucking floor. Today is her birthday, Miss April Summer. She's the Patti LaBelle impersonator that Patti herself endorses. That's my sister's friend. April called me the next day because I was supposed to have been there that night, but I had to go to work and I couldn't. They wouldn't let me switch off because I was supposed to have been there. And I know, God knows, that my foot would still be in somebody's ass if I had been locked up because a bitch set up there and did some stupid ass shit like my foot, this big ass size 14 wide, would still be implanted in somebody's medulla oblongata or in their motherfucking throat cavity because, bitch, I would still be stomping them bitches for some stupid shit.
And see, back where Red said we made a lot of sense, but my thing is, why did you move into a house or a townhome? You still staying in the fucking projects, and right. You got and then you wonder why, and then you don't understand why people are watching you, nigga. You got all dollar signs on your damn license plate.
Wait a minute, hold on.
How do you remodel the fucking projects? You don't own it,
right? Then you sit down there and then you try to get everybody else the hookup. Because now you the bad bitch. And because now you got all these children that's packing guns and shit that got fire and little heat on them. Can't nobody come and say nothing to you because now you disrespecting me.
And then, you know what? The person I'm talking about is a doggone Hispanic living in a black neighborhood. They already.
Well, I got one up on you because here back in my hometown, Annapolis, honey, they had a Hispanic guy, honey. You know what he did? Him and his family next door, he knocked down the walls in between both apartments and made one.
Yeah. Hold on. I ain't gonna say the guy's name because this other guy I know him very well. I thought he was a legit businessman, drove a truck, had a fucking electronic cell phone store, all that stuff. But come to find out, when he started having me come hang out with him, he did the same thing, Helena. He bought a 2-flat building and it's 2 separate apartments. Not him. He had so much drug money, he bust a whole spiral staircase in the middle of the ceiling and turned it into one doggone place, made the upstairs a doggone master suite.
Wow. Okay, then you know what? Okay, I'm done. But all of this, children, all of this, when we talk about Biden and Kamala and carrying on, and these are policies that nobody agreed with, that we all know were made to get us to where we are and carrying on, as far as in that criminal system, they were privatizing jails. All of us know that the 13th Amendment of the Constitution said that yes, slavery was abolished unless you are a prisoner. Okay. Because if you are a prisoner, honey, if you are in jail, are incarcerated, have been tried and convicted, you are not a citizen. You are a slave.
Hey, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever seen a closed down elementary or high school?
Yeah.
Huh?
Uh-huh.
Well, you know when they close them down, a lot of times, if they don't become warehouse distribution centers, they become prisons for the federal. Did you know that?
Oh, wow.
They be right in the middle of your neighborhood. You know the building is closed or whatever, or you see it's a government building operating, but it don't have a sign up there.
That's right.
They done turned it and gutted the entire school and turned them rooms into different offices and different cells. I went to visit one time and it blew my mind. I knew that I was walking into an elementary school just by the shape of the doorways and the stuff and everything. When I got in there, it was a full-fed prison. They put everything on the lower level for them to be locked up down like it was a basement, and everything upstairs was administrative.
Okay. Wow.
And right across the street. 5 houses behind it, right in the middle of the neighborhood, like a regular school, but it's a damn federal penitentiary.
How about that? Haji says, Red, what's the excuse for Miss Neal, the 98-year-old woman who stayed down the street from my house? Miss Neal was middle class, tax-paying, church-going woman who was on neighborhood watch and didn't deal with the drugs, and the street didn't play that. But the Atlanta police kicked in her door, shot her up, saying that they were looking for drugs. Are we supposed to plantation shake our finger at each other because the cops say, well, you know, y'all like drugs? Haji?
No, we're going to say, well, you know, your granddaddy bought them to us.
You know what? Here's the thing, because see that particular argument. What else would we supposed to be doing? What is this? Oh, you thought out. What? Here's the. Let me ask you. What is your solution to that?
You don't have one.
Yeah. What happened is we got mad. Atlanta got mad. That's what I was telling y'all. The 98-year-old woman, they kicked in her door and with that no not warrant shit. We bitch moan and complain. We did a little mural of her and carrying on and things of that nature. But where are we? Because them same motherfuckers, honey, are the ones that's down there on university and shit now. Okay, still shooting. Hell, my coworker got shot the same day, that same July 4th weekend that the little baby got shot. My partner, my coworker got shot.
The problem means we're not addressing the actual thing that made it happen. That no-knock warrant in the state of Georgia, it needs to be addressed because they're starting to make no-knock seem like no information.
Right.
You feel? Right. And you have to sometimes go to the first pat of butter that you put in the skillet before you start cooking. You got to go to the source. Okay, and the source of this damn thing is the administrative paperwork to put in the law for the state. That no-knock warrant bullshit is exactly what the problem is. It ain't the people. It ain't everybody. White, black, purple, green, and yellow got addictions. It doesn't fucking matter. Okay, but I tell you what, I'm finna give you some shit straight out of a movie, and I'm glad Nikki here, cause goddamn it, ain't no poppy fields in the hood.
I was trying to mind my business and get ready to get out the door, but Haji done made me come up in this thing.
Get him, sis. Get him.
Okay. So yes, that was unfortunate what happened to the lady. But at the end of the day, we still had to call each other out. We still had to hold each other accountable for the shit that we do first. We had to do that. So when we talk about why the fuck you in the projects looking like a motherfucking kingpin, bitch, because you look stupid.
Right. Right.
You look stupid. I'm going to tell you why you look stupid, because had you put some of that drug money into a real goddamn business and then took your little ass out to the suburbs, or not even the suburbs, just buy you a house. Get your own shit. Put some legit businesses in your motherfucking name, then they wouldn't be looking at you stupid.
Facts.
So yes, we got to call that dumbass shit out. Just like we call out when the cops do fucked up shit to us, we got to call out on each other. Because I'm going to tell you one thing. I'm going to tell you this. White people, and I'm not talking about all of them. I'm talking about like the racist ones, the motherfuckers who really don't give a fuck about us. They cannot stand each other. But guess who's staying together when it's for one cause?
Yeah.
They put that bullshit to the side. They come together and they stand together for a cause. Our asses can't do that because you get mad when somebody call you out on your bullshit.
Yep.
And you know that's so true, because I can remember years ago, and I'm gonna share this with y'all, that my nephew was gunned down in the streets of Annapolis, and his body stood on the ground for 8 hours before they covered him up.
Ooh, that happened with us too.
My family went to this thing and they was very irate, and I told them, I said, what? Your nephew was gangbanging, your nephew was robbing people, your nephew was stealing, and he got caught up in this shit, and y'all and all of y'all are forgetting that.
Or with the don't nobody want nobody to be a snitch until something happened to somebody in your family.
Okay, we're not gonna go there. Okay, see,
that's the one right there. That's the one right. And what you ain't saying that with my cousin, but guess what? You ain't saying that with my fucking cousin got shot.
Exactly.
Bam.
So our thing about that whole thing is Don't be in that shit if you can't stand it.
Oh,
If you can't stand everything that comes with it, then it ain't for you.
how about that one?
But
Now,
as a parent, as a parent, you can't be in that shit and not think in the back of your mind that one time if a knock come on the door, it might be the popo saying, "Well, I'm sorry to inform you."
oh, how about that one?
And it's going to hurt like a motherfucker. And what happens is, when you a parent and you co-sign that shit, you feel even worse.
Yep.
Because you're sitting there, you got to look at yourself in that, as I say all the time, in the fucking mirror every day.
That's because you are accessory to your child's murder.
Exactly. Like I tell y'all in a heartbeat, my kids, I got some sons, honey.
Wait a minute, hold
But
on.
guess who don't condone the bullshit?
Wait
You
a
want to
minute.
be out there doing all kinds of crazy stuff and all kinds of stuff? I told my kids all of you got a time to get in trouble, because one time could be a mistake and you can learn from your mistake.
Exactly.
Keep going back and see who the fuck be there for you. Not me. I'll be there the first time. I'm doing it right now. That's why the fuck I'm about to get out the door to get to my son's trial.
Okay. He says,
but we got to be able to call ourselves on our own bullshit.
Right.
What did you say now?
He said, what we did was started replacing our councilmen. That's the reason we got rid of Elgin Bell and Atlanta Red Dogs, because they attack more black citizens and homeowners than drug dealers. Okay. So that there is what we're talking about, Hodge. See, part of all of this, see, the bitch moaning and complaining that is always done. We can't sit down here and give us, well, what did y'all do? And how come they always putting all these black folks in jail and blah, 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 blah. And then the ones that got all their motherfucking mouth are not the ones that sit up there to do that, to go and say, okay, I need to replace you. I need to replace you. We need to get on this thing to where we got folk up in here who understand the community, understand what's going down, understand how we can change this shit, and are not afraid of the community powers that be, i.e. the dope dealers and the kingpins who claim they running shit, who got money in the pockets of the corrupt motherfuckers.
Hello, that's sitting on the city council.
That's a hello. Okay, that's there. So this is how all of this gets filtered. And then we got a lot of the pastors and carrying on. All the higher ups who take that so-called dirty money and put it in their pockets. This is how a lot of mega churches get built now.
Well, I was going to say, Red. You know what that just reminded me of, Meech? Red. Remember New Jack City?
I knew you were going there.
That motherfucking preacher sitting there, you just taking the money.
Say, look at you. In a few more years, they'll be marking your gravesite.
Exactly.
You ain't got a pot to piss in or window to throw it out of.
But then you gonna sit up in church Sunday morning and preach against the drug deal.
Oh,
yes.
You know what?
Yes.
Now listen.
But taking that envelope.
Hello.
Now, here's where it is. Where you got to pay your tithes, honey. Will a man rob God? Oh, don't get me on that.
But you know what? I have no problem with that. But what I also tell people, you have to realize that my tithes is not always money. Part of my tithes is my time and my action too. So let's get.
Thank you for saying that, Helena, because you know what? I be so sick and tired, especially with the big churches and stuff like that. You taking people money who ain't barely got no money. You taking their money while you living in motherfucking mansions and driving ghost phantoms and shit like that, and they can't even, they got a motherfucking MARTA pass.
Now that my sister said that, now I'm finna drop a name. I always say I ain't gonna say the name. But now I'm finna drop a name.
Say it.
Creflo Dollar. Let me explain this to you.
Creflo Crook? You said who? Creflo Crook?
Creflo paper baby maker. Look, let me explain.
The coin, honey, Creflo coin.
Yeah.
Come on.
Creflo shake bag. Look, let me tell you something. When I found out, we go there, right? You sit in the church. You sit down. You ain't never been there. So you get there early. You go sit down. And an usher walks up to you and say, oh, excuse me. You need to go sit up there. These are the $500 seats.
Wait a minute. So you heard what he said, right, Meech?
You see, I'm pouring me some damn almond
I
milk.
see what you pour, so I'll go ahead and say it.
These
So
are-
you know, Creflo Crook and them asked us. You know, they asked us to do the event. Reg, you know, they asked us to do an event for the children, right? Let me tell y'all, explain to y'all. If y'all ain't never been to Creflo Crook's church, their youth center is bigger than most regular churches.
Yep.
Just a youth church.
Mhm.
So
Wow.
we go in there, me and Meech and Mook. They want us to do this event for the kids. It's like a Halloween heroes and villains shit.
Right.
They want this extravagant shit, right? They want catwalks and people flipping and blah, blah, blah. They want the shit.
On the whole thing, man.
So me and Meech, you know, we see this big ass space. We like, yeah, we could do this and we could do this and we could do that. We asked these niggas what was their budget.
A girlfriend
The
went.
helper put up her hand and did like this, right? So I'm thinking she got like 5,000, and I'm like, okay. I'm like 5,000. All right, that's not much for everything that they want, but we can make that work. You know, it's for the kids. We can make that work and still make sure everybody on the team get paid. I swear to y'all, she said no. 500. When I tell y'all, my daughter turned around and walked. Cole walked out the goddamn gymnasium.
Well, you got to understand this. You know how big that church is. Okay, if I was sitting in the seat and these are the $500 seats, okay, and I'm not even up to the stage,
Exactly.
so they must start somewhere around 10,000, 5,000, you know, 500. So up there, when you get all the way up to the top where you need a telescope to motherfucker see what the hell going on, then that's the $20 seats.
Right. So this is the thing with us. We're like, y'all make all this money. A few months back, y'all could have said we want to give the kids something special. We're passing around a plate to make sure the kids can have something special. You offer us a professional production team, and we done became event planners too. $500.
And here's the problem I got with that. It costs more than that to keep motherfucking fuel in your helicopter, Mr. Dollar.
That's what I said. If he ain't take one goddamn trip, it would have been all right. But this is the other thing. We ain't members of your church. We're not members of your church for you to ask for us to give up that kind of sacrifice.
But hold on. Cupcake said he got to keep up with his hoes. Look. Okay. Look, what I'm saying,
And you already know, after the way they treated my baby up there, honey, act like they couldn't help him. Y'all kiss my entire ass.
Hello.
let me tell you, when I first moved to Georgia and I'm searching for a church and I'm looking at different stuff and I turn on the TV, the minute I knew that nigga name was Dollar, I knew it was a problem over there.
Right.
That's what I said. When I used to see him on the little channel, because I used to watch Joyce Myers.
Right.
And he used to come on before her.
Yeah.
And I used to be like, that's his name for real? Because I ain't know. I was like,
I kept saying it. I'm like, this nigga named Dollar?
because even if that was his real name, like as a preacher, I would have just changed it. Because I would have been like, that sound kind of corrupt, y'all.
It do.
We just gonna change it. We don't want nobody to know my last name, Dollar.
Cupcake says his name Klepto Dollar.
Right.
I call him Creflo Crook. Fuck him.
That reminds me of what he just said. That's almost the same as when you go in church and they do the offering. They say, okay, well, this is the $100 line. This is the $200. I'm like, what the hell are you? So if I've only got $2 to put in your collection plate, I'm gonna feel so bad. I'm not even getting up to put in all that I have to get.
Exactly. But what about the people that really ain't got nothing? And because they've been so indoctrinized into this, you still giving 10% of what you have, when 10% of what you have still ain't even enough for you to do what you need to do at home. They sitting at home, lights off, gas off, kids ain't got no fucking food, but you sitting up there giving all these damn tithes. And do you go to the church for some damn help and they give you some bullshit?
And they tell you they got to go to the board and they got to vote on whether
No,
they
get this one. I did that once, and they told me, well, Helena, we're gonna give you the money, but you have to pay it back.
How about that?
All the money you said. Listen, remember that lady that had been paying her tithes all that time in Texas? She died, and then they said they wasn't gonna do her funeral there.
Hold on, I walked in the church one time, right? Hold on now. You seen my photo album, how I dress? I used to dress, right?
Yeah.
I walk in the church. You know how you gotta wait when you're a little late getting there, right? And then they open the door. So I'm walking in to go sit down. Do you know in the midst of him preaching and talking as I'm walking to my seat, that he stopped and looked at me and he see I got on a little mink, you know, so I used to wear a little mink jacket. And, you know what I'm saying? I used to be that dude, gator shoes and everything. Did you know he stopped? He said, "That's what I'm talking about. Brother, I know you got $100 for the plate. Your shoes tell me that."
Remember, didn't that other motherfucker I don't like do that?
I knew
so when T.I. and them went to church, asked them all for $10,000, bitch.
But that was the first time
I got it or not.
Think about this. I've never been in that church. The first time I walk in there, I don't even sit my butt down before you so much telling because I'm dressed, because I got on expensive clothes. You telling the whole, I know this brother got $100, not a whole place.
Exactly. What if you would have been just somebody who just lost every goddamn thing and all you had was your clothes?
Well, and they don't know that. Now here, listen.
He had on the Versace mate when he left.
Listen.
Wow.
We hear all of this and we talking. And I want all this to be relevant because here is the question. And I'm putting this back on Biden and Kamala and the current administration and these children.
And the question is,
if you get reparations, number one, what the fuck are you going to do with it?
Right.
Number two, what is a feasible amount that you feel this country should give to a community of people who built this motherfucker? Your entire economy is built on the blood, sweat, tears, beatings, killings of our ancestors.
Because if you can't equal out the playing field, it ain't gonna never be right. Did y'all watch that thing I said about David Banner? And he said, like, you know how it's the two levels. If they up here and we right here, even when we gain a lot, like the way so many Black people are so much richer than they ever been, even though we've gained a lot, they still up here. How you want to level the playing field so that everybody can have an equal opportunity to be successful and to be wealthy, not rich, wealthy.
Right. How about that? Let me
but have generational wealth. What is that going to look like to even that playing field?
But didn't this country give it's been a while ago, but didn't this country give reparations to another community prior to this?
They gave it to the Jews. They gave it to who else? It was an Asian, Asian culture. I don't know what the Vietnamese.
The Indian.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody get it but us.
Okay, I'm gonna go to play this video. I'm gonna share this. This is Bob Johnson, honey, of BET.
Bob Johnson.
Oh Lord.
Okay, I want y'all to catch this. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, come on. I hit the share. What you doing? Now Google don't want to fucking respond. Can y'all still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, well, wait a minute because see, you know what? I swear they're watching me, honey.
You've been batting 1,000 with these videos tonight.
I'm telling you, honey, listen. Now the thing want to act like it's not responding. Ain't that a bitch?
Because Bob got that kind of money.
Okay, well, hold on, honey. Let me see what we can do with this. Now, okay, if I go out, y'all keep talking. Because I got a feeling I may have to restart this computer.
Spell it.
CUMPOOTER.
Okay, computer.
Or should I say POOTAH? Computer.
Yeah. Man, you're so good at that spell scrimp.
Scrimps, SCH. S.
NIGGA.
Okay, right. See? Shit, HOOD, honey. NIGGA. Okay, now see, here we go. And all right, y'all keep talking. I got to go out and come back in because this bitch just locked up my computer. I can't do shit. As I'm surprised y'all can still hear me.
They're afraid to say they see you, Meech.
You see me? Okay, y'all can still see me. I have nothing on my screen.
We can hear you and we can see you.
Right. Okay. Now on me, my computer screen is like it's shadowed because everything is blocked. And I got up here, Google is not responding. So I'm trying.
Okay, well, go ahead out and come back in. I might not be in a few more minutes. Mukta finally came down the steps. I was trying to stay out of this, but you know, Haji pumped me up and I had to jump in here right quick. Helena, thanks for holding us down. Hold me down, baby. Hold me down.
Tracy spelled computer.
We asked Meech to spell it. Now you spell it. Spell computer.
Me?
Computer.
Yeah, you spell it.
Computer. Wow.
That's what Tracy said. Tracy said CUMPOOTER.
Right.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take
I say CUMPOOHTER.
Wait. Yeah, like poo. Like poo. Yeah, okay. Look, Red, you said that. I looked over there at my goddamn degree like, bitch. Wait a minute. Who was in here with the Ebonics today?
That was me.
Lord. Yeah, I wasn't gonna leave till like 4 a.m, guys, but they didn't tell us till about 2 hours ago that yes, they're going ahead. They did jury selection this morning. I mean today. So yeah, they're just gonna go ahead and start tomorrow. We thought they was gonna start to Wednesday.
Wow.
So, it was like, why don't you just get on the plane like you always do? I said, bitch, the car is already packed. The coolers is packed, the sandwiches and stuff is made. We ready to go. I'm gonna try this road trip thing out for the first time ever in my life. Oh, y'all know I love to fly. Huh?
How long is that drive?
It say 11 hours or something. I'm usually, listen, the flight is only 1 hour and 40 minutes. I've been taking it so often. I'm scared, but matter of fact, I'm about to go smudge my car because me and Meech got this real nice new stick the other day. Look at this. Look at that. She don't never go to sleep.
Yeah.
So Meech, gone again. Lord have mercy.
Hey.
Say Uncle Red.
Hey, Uncle Red, I forgot your name. Don't be mad at me. I seen you on live, and you said a cuss word. What is that?
That's because you supposed to be sleeping. You wouldn't know he said a damn cuss word. Get your little ass out of here.
Hey, Auntie taught me that.
Look, she know her grandmama cuss. She knows her grandmama cuss.
How about
Get
that?
your little grown ass out of here.
Okay, now listen. Let me see if I can share this damn screen.
Okay.
Come on.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Before I got these comments, because y'all know the cheering talking.
Hey, go down. Go start up there at the top down because Haji had something to say up top.
I know. That's where I'm going. That's where I'm going. Churches are families, and the families have rules. Some churches don't want broke folk up front or running churches because broke folk will destroy the church. Nikki, you did the right thing. Nobody should take advantage of you. I'm not telling you. Good God telling you. You know what? Here's the thing. And it's not so much as it being all about broke folk. The thing of it is most churches started from broke folk because the idea is that your congregation, all of your choir members that carry on are the motherfucking broke folk.
Exactly. And had we had that same situation with a small church who didn't have money and stuff, it wouldn't have been nothing. We would have just did it. We would have made the best out of what we had and gave them something nice. But the fact is, they tried to take advantage. And don't try to take advantage of me because you take advantage of your parishioners.
Hey,
I ain't one of them.
Nikki, what part of Philly you from?
Depending on which day you ask me.
Where you were born? No, for real, where you were born?
No, I'm saying if I was at home at my mom's house, I was in West Oakland. If I'm at my dad's house, I'm in Mount Airy. And at my grandmama's house, I was in North Philly.
Oh, Shawty, Kill, I'm asking for a reason because
North Philly, baby.
in Philly, they had churches. Remember I told you I had family from there. They had churches when I would go up in the summer. They was having church outdoors. There was no roof and there was no building they was next to. They started this.
Oh, yeah, because something had happened to one of the churches. And they don't care. One of the churches had burnt down before and they had church outside.
So is that a broke church?
Ooh, wait a minute. Wait. Okay. Let me go back. And remember, almost 40 million people have claimed to be African American as of 2015. 40 million. Wow.
Oh, yeah, because remember we were saying, so how do they determine who actually get it? Outside of people who haven't had generation, how do you determine people who are here that are African American? Because we have people come from Africa and it doesn't count for the islands who are British Isles, but they were slaves.
How about that? The first reparations went to slave owners for their loss of free labor. Don't forget.
Yeah, it sure did. Yes, it did, Eric. It sure did.
Not the first. Okay. Yep. Many churches only want people with money, status, and acronyms. Ha ha! Okay.
But you know what? The sad part to that is this. The sad part to that is this. That we have allowed classism to come into the church, but the thing that they fail to realize, the one who pays for them $1,000 seat and $500 seat, they're not vacuuming the church. They're not doing offering. They're not doing anything to keep the upkeep of that church other than throwing a couple of dollars their way.
Okay, how about that?
Remember what's his name? What's the white one name?
Oh, Joel Osteen.
Yes. When the damn hurricane victims, he wouldn't open up his damn church. Talking about they had just got everything reupholstered and got the damn floors done. You son of a bitch.
Okay, right. How about that? Wait a minute. How does that meet? They didn't ask the Indians, Irish, Jews, Nazis with Jewish IDs, or Germans what they're gonna do with that money. Don't turn into Florida Evans asking JJ getting all this money when blacks won't reparations. Fuck you and that bullshit, nigga. Fuck you and that goddamn bullshit. And the reason I fuck you and that motherfucking bullshit is because now see, you know what, boy? Wait a minute.
Oh Lord, here we go.
Fuck. Are we gonna ask for goddamn reparations when we don't even know what to do? What the hell is going on around up in here? You want to talk about that? Didn't nobody have to ask them motherfuckers because they didn't give a goddamn. We sat up there, the United States that destroyed all that bullshit. They destroyed the Germans. They destroyed the Jews. They destroyed all that bullshit. Hell, they killed the goddamn Indians. They killed us. But the problem is that we built this motherfucker. How in the hell?
And here's the other problem. The other problem is education went to them.
Nick, wait. How in the fuck are we going to sit down here, everybody asking, oh, we want reparations? Don't even know how to spell that motherfucking word. But yet they have goddamn reparations, and yet we don't even know how to sit. How in the hell do you let the ghetto look like it does when you don't know how to pick up trash outside your own motherfucking do-I-diddy, and you want to talk about reparations? How in the hell? They got goddamn reparations. They got the goddamn stimulus. And where the fuck did they go? They went to go buy Jordans. Everybody claims, they sit up there wondering how come they get kicked out. You talking about giving somebody what? The question is,
why shouldn't we ask? Why shouldn't we ask? That's us holding each other accountable. Those other people got more education on what to do, how to do it, what to invest your money with, how to do it. The banks will give them those, all that kind of stuff. Nobody's going to do that for us. What they'll do is, like you said, they're going to give out something that's going to be looking like a stimulus check and give it to you and sit back and say, now watch all these dummies go buy jewelry, cars, everything that depreciates the second that you pay for it.
Okay, hold on. I ask because we keep saying that we need our own businesses. We need this, we need that. You think that somebody gonna come through and give us all this damn money? What the hell are we gonna do with it to better us? Hell yeah, I'm motherfucking asking. God damn it, because shit, I'm a part of it. If you're gonna sit down there and say that we as a community, you can't get it without me, motherfucker, because you need me as part of the goddamn numbers so I can know, so everybody know how to get their goddamn cut. How in the fuck we gonna sit up here and do with it? And then where is everybody else? Huh? How is it? Are you gonna treat it like you do Social Security? Because my parents did and my grandparents did because I'm a descendant of my grandparents, or whatever, I get they cut. What right. That? When it comes down to the money, since you big on about black economics and shit, why the fuck not asking what the fuck we gonna do with it? And we have evidence that we don't know what the fuck we doing with money. Financial literacy is a motherfucking is almost extinct in our community, or at least the illusion of it is, because we as a people, as a whole, have not been able to take this damn chunk and do something with it. Why? Because we don't trust each other. Why? Because we have allowed shit to come up in there and say we can't work together. Why? Because you're sitting up there, you still argue with your family member from a beef from 55 years ago, and y'all don't know how to tell that. You know what, that shit is old. Grandma been dead for how long? And you still talking about the time that you had to borrow $20 to go over to your mama's house and help her, and you to come over there and help mama with me. Mama dead. Mama been dead since 1980 goddamn 6. This is 2020. What the fuck are we gonna do with it when all we showing them is that we don't know how to take care of it? Ain't that what we saying about Black Lives Matter? How come Black lives only matter when it's always white cops? Ain't that what the folks are saying? Ain't nobody looking at the whole bigger picture. Then we just sit down there and say, oh, well, Black Lives Matter is only about police brutality. That's what it started. Ain't that what Don Lemon's stupid ass said? Oh, it's only about police. And then we done let folks come in and usurp what the fuck it is. And now, now we about this, and we about this, and we about this, and we about this, and we about this. Oh, we do this. Ain't said nothing about no motherfucking black man in the mission statement.
Not at all.
So how in the hell do we hold ourselves responsible or accountable for some shit that we have not even showed anybody? We haven't even showed ourselves that we're worthy and well enough to be approved. We haven't even done that to ourselves. And you talking about reparations? Let me play this goddamn video, because Bob Jones said that they should give up $14 trillion.
Oh, come on. All right, I'm gonna watch the video, but I'm coming out of the live. I love y'all. I'm about to get on the road.
All right.
Later.
Now is the time to go big. And if we take that big leap, I am convinced that the problems that we confront today can be solved, but it takes a big, bold action, and $14 trillion in reparation for damages visited upon the heirs of slaves is an appropriate statement.
Bob Howard, and this is, we've spoken many times. I don't think you've ever embraced such a radical idea, and this is new for you. And I've seen it put forward before, and not taken to all the way to mainstream thinking. And I think that you're embracing it is probably going to get a lot of people talking about this. Where would the 14 trillion come from? I mean, lately we've been thinking we can do 3 trillion here, 3 trillion there. This would be through some type of wealth transfer from the haves to people that have the money, the wealthy individuals. Where would that 14 trillion come from?
Well, let me just say, on the contrary, I put out this statement it's on my website, been on my website since 2019 about the need for this reparation. So I'm not new to this challenge. But to the point you're making is that wealth transfer is exactly what's needed. Think about this. For 200 plus years or so of slavery, labor taken with no compensation is a wealth transfer. Denial of access to education, which is a primary driver to accumulation of income and wealth, is a wealth transfer. the housing program that we and all in America believe in, that your house is your home is your castle, and therefore the government has historically subsidized mortgage lending by allowing you to deduct it from your taxes. But think of this, African Americans with no accumulation of wealth cannot afford to meet the down payments of home ownership, and therefore they live in apartments and where there is no deductibility for the interest they pay on their lease, for the income they pay on their lease. That's why today, African Americans are about 40% of home ownership. White Americans are 70+% of home ownership. When you put all of these factors together, lack of access to education, lack of access to home ownership, the primary source of wealth for most middle-income Americans, and discrimination, you have had for the past 200 years, in effect, a wealth transfer from white Americans away from African Americans.
And there we have it. Now, is he on point or what? Because now, with some of what he said, I know Haji and I have had discussions privately, and I know that that a lot of that is some stuff that Haji says when it comes down to understanding economics, black economics, and carried on. But we're talking about reparations.
Right.
Okay. Pay me, you owe me, or you owe, because we look at, you owe us for the hardship and the this and the that and all that we have gone through in this country. You owe us from the labor that have built this economy. You owe us for the labor that have built this country, that have built these states, that have built everything. You owe us. Okay? But now what we going to do with it? Because we've been saying that for the longest time. And then when they pinch us off the pieces, then all we do is sit up here, act like little monkeys and shit, running out to go get the goddamn latest shoes, fighting and shit at the goddamn malls. And that there is the narrative that they run away with. They don't deal with the ones who sit down and actually take the money and compile it to do down payments on the house, because now they got it. They don't deal with those who went and got a vehicle and then not want to bought a vehicle so that they can get around to go get a better job and get to and from places. They don't focus on that. They focus on the children, honey, who sit there act the goddamn fucking fool. Okay? Let me go to these comments. Pastors went from nickel and diamond to racks to stacks. Racks to stacks, honey. Okay?
Facts.
Okay, what you say, Tracy? Jordans and TVs. Okay, the latest. Okay, how about that? Okay, child, we was up in Walmart over Saturday. Saturday, when Saturday, because I turned in the car yet. They got these goddamn big ass flat screens up in there. I mean, the real big, huge ones, child, for like $500. Did you, child? If I saw more folk over there trying to grab one of them goddamn TVs, okay, and carrying on, because we done got into the aesthetics of it. Okay, the aesthetics of what it is to do this, and you know, the TVs, the cars, the shoes, okay, all these old wannabe fake ass Louboutins and shits. Okay,
let's not forget the lace fronts, and let's not forget the Malaysian hair, and let's not forget the nail salon. Okay,
come on now. What you say? Don't forget the lace fronts.
Right. Let's not forget them $800 lace fronts.
Right. Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay, now how to say what? But they went to war against America and got paid. None of them didn't ask each other what to do with the money or count dust in their own house. Florida Beach Evans, if you have questions, be like power to the couple, to the people, children, when it comes to voting, and go sit down. You know what? I'm gonna tell you that again. Fuck you one more time, motherfucker. You call me Florida goddamn Evans again, bitch. Because I know what you're doing. Okay. Yes, they went to motherfucking war, but we did too, goddammit. We fought in these goddamn wars against this shit. We fought for this shit. But what we did, you talking about something, don't ask or count dust. Bitch, what the fuck you mean don't motherfucking ask? We asking where our cut is, ain't we? Now you just sit up there and say, what the fuck you gonna do with it? Go buy a goddamn TV or some motherfucking Tim's. and a lace front. Huh?
But yeah, see, but the thing is, we fought in these wars, but guess what? Our soldiers only got a portion of what our white counterpart got for fighting in these same damn wars.
If anything at all. But
and when they went home and tried to get a GI loan, they couldn't. They couldn't get a GI loan when they went home because they was black. Period.
Exactly. So it's not the fact that we don't deserve it, or the fact that we don't need it, or the fact that we didn't earn it. The fact is, what are we going to do to sustain it? Because all we have as a fucking narrative is that we don't know how to do shit with money. So now take that, because that's the one thing Florida Evans didn't do, goddammit, was sit up there and teach them. She always asked where the money came from, but she never said what the fuck to do with it, did she? Okay. Now who was it that did it? Since you want to call Florida Evans, it was James. James sat up there. Remember when the robbery, the store got robbed? He said no, it wasn't 27,000. It was 29. He took 2,000 off the top. Okay. Now what he should have done was shut his motherfucking mouth up. Okay, because Florida gave it to the goddamn church. Remember that? So nobody talked about education or what the fuck to do with the goddamn money, because they had it, remember? But then nobody talk about what the fuck to do with it. So damn yeah, we gonna ask the goddamn question. What the fuck you gonna do with the goddamn reparations outside and sit down there and let your environment take over?
But then you also got to ask the question: what will they allow us to do with the reparations?
Okay. No, you know what? Just what the fuck they think we gonna do.
Right.
And that's the point. As much as we sit up there, the power to the people children, motherfucker, since they want the power to the people children always say we coming from kings and queens and this, that, and the other. Well, where's all that goddamn education to show us where the financial literacy is? Since we're talking about financial reparations. Bob Johnson just laid that out and said, okay, but that's only the surface shit. Where is it? We ain't talking about building no goddamn black banks. We ain't said nothing about no goddamn black credit unions. We ain't said none of that. Where the fuck is the money gonna go? Or how we gonna do it? Hell yeah, I got a goddamn question. Shit, don't fuck with me. And as for me and my house, if you want to know, now personally speaking, bitch, shit, that's home ownership, that's land for me, because I have a legacy to want to build.
There you go.
Legacy. Okay, for my nieces and nephews, that's the bloodline, that is. Now, all my gay children can, now that's something different. See, that's a whole separate issue. But as far as my legacy and making sure that the family gonna get, to where we got old money, as they say, that's what we're trying to do. I'm trying to get my companies off the ground so we could tell these stories. So there's a strategic plan. Now, I got to put it on paper. So I got my own homework to do. But goddamn it, don't ever talk about the Irish and the Jews. Bitch, they question themselves. You want to ask why the Jews got all the goddamn money, whatever, because they question themselves. What the fuck we going to do with all this? Well, that's band together. That's what the hell they did. You see the Asians, they got a little Tokyo town or whatever in every motherfucking major city. Why? Because they asked themselves, what the fuck we gonna do with the coin? The fuck you mean with don't asking and go Florida Evans?
Like you said, what people don't realize, the Asian and the Jews, when they get money, they keep their money go around in their own community like 10 times before they even go outside their damn community.
Right. Okay. Eric, you said that equals 350,000 for 40 million people. That's honestly not enough. Like I said, more than just cash reparations need to be considered. Credit, land ownership, education, and universal lifetime health care are also needs to be part of that equation. Now, that's what I'm talking about. What we gonna do? See, now that sounds like something that we have to present, because everybody want to get on the cash option. Give me my check.
But, I mean, I want to check too, but I want to be able to know that I'm gonna be able to afford life insurance. I'm gonna be able to afford health insurance. I'm gonna be able to afford all of that. I may be able to know that even if I buy that house, when that house is paid for, am I gonna still be able to afford the yearly taxes on that damn house?
How about? Oh, now that's good. Okay, because the taxes keep going up. How about FYI? Those projects y'all like to use as an example of black behavior are owned by Jews who got reparations and get paid to house black Section 8. but don't pay taxes or pay a sanitation service to get the trash. Again, what are we going to do about it? Because if we sit down there and just accept that kind of behavior, that's why the hood look like it is. That's why the hood look like the fuck it is. Okay, so they pay for they don't pay for sanitation or whatever. What makes you think that you're supposed to just sit there and let it pile up because they didn't show up without going down to city council? Or hell, where's everybody with their damn dump trucks and shit? Oh no, I'm sorry. You ought to put rims on the shit so you don't want to fuck it up. And you ain't got nothing but speakers in the back thing of it.
Oh well, honey, in Baltimore, we got all kinds of men riding around with flatbed trucks to say we were hauled.
Exactly. So if we want to sit down and do this shit, and hell, tell everybody, okay, look, I know y'all don't pay this, but everybody put in $5 so we can pay him his gas to come and take this shit up out of here.
There you go. There you go. Because, but everybody's always looking for the next person to do.
The idea of this is that we have sat up and have allowed certain narrative to take over. And that's the narrative that leads to what informs all these damn questions. And then our counterparts are looking at the minor narrative that has become, the overall umbrella and say these motherfuckers ain't gonna do shit. Hell, and we keep saying don't treat us like a group, treat us like an individual. But every time we say that, we get a motherfucking individual that becomes the narrative for the collective. So now what? Huh? Now what? Shit. No, I ain't having it. I ain't having it. Shit. Okay.
You are.
After that, to ask that same. Thank you, Tracy. Exactly. What we gonna do? Okay. Tracy says we got to learn how to invest. Financial education. Exactly. Okay. And
something they don't. That's the thing. You have these scholars, these PhDs, and all these black educated people. They need to be the ones that are gonna give back the knowledge, something that they can't take from you and they can't tax it. Okay,
that, and then stop trying to make giving the knowledge back a hustle.
Exactly,
because here's where it is. You could take somebody like what's his damn name? What's his name that I really don't like? Boyce Watkins. You could take a Boyce Watkins, okay? And I've never sat down and listened to him wholeheartedly, examine a whole financial plan or whatever. All I hear is his rhetoric or how much he calling folks stupid. Y'all are stupid. I only deal with intelligent folks over here. You need to learn how to invest your money. Play the stock market. Get on the stock market. That's all I hear. I don't hear, but the reason why I don't hear because now he make you pay for it. So you got to go buy his system, okay? And I'm not gonna knock your hustle because if you're an educator and things, and that's your gift. Your gifts are supposed to make a way for you. But at the same time, don't sit down here and call the people stupid because they ain't got the money to pay you, or criticize them for how they spend their money because they didn't take your course.
Right.
Okay. Now, and I'm saying it like that because y'all just heard me talk about the folks how they spend their money, but yet we want to bitch more and complain that the community ain't building. Well, what we gonna do with it to build? Because if all your focus is over here, your focus is not on building, your focus is on acquiring.
Yeah, and that's a big difference.
Okay, well that goes back to accountability. Okay, let's say they start handing the checks out. Okay, X amount of dollars. Okay, how about the stipulation is, say like I say, okay, well, Meech, how you doing? Welcome to my office. You know what you're here for, right? Okay. Right. So what I see here from everything about you, that you are a media expert, boom. So I'm going to need you to take 55% of this money and put it towards doggone building your career into a positive light that doggone brings you a residual income. Put that together. So go put that prospectus together. And then when you bring it back, then we'll show you where to put this money and the rest of your money you can put up. But we're going to put a particular dollar towards that, building yourself a residual income of wealth. That's how they stand it out. And if you can't follow them instructions, you can't have it.
How about that? Oh, here's something real good, real good. What about the 19th family bought that 97 acres in Freedom, Georgia? Come on, Daryl. Come on, Earl.
What they call it, Toonsboro?
Yeah, what is it? Is it Toonsboro, something, Georgia? And the whole thing, the whole thing is that the mayor of that town kept saying that the town was not for sale or whatever, but they're everything else outside of her shit, everything else said that the town was for sale. Okay, so the 19 families got together and bought 97 acres worth of land. So now they're in the process of now fixing to build, a black city, okay, on a black town. I want to go down there to go look to see what's up because I'm understanding there might be there's still some property available down there, okay. However, because when I saw that, I said that is a start, okay, so that now we could entice development, okay. To entice, now we get to build equity on the land because the land is here. You can lease the land to a company and have that money come in as long as the company is there. You understand? And then the money, if you got a bank, a credit union, a hairstylist, a movie theater, gas station, utility companies, if everything is right there, where the money going? It's staying right there. So that it builds the equity and it builds the land. That's what we had in Tulsa. That's what we had in Black Bottom. That's what we've had this before. It's not like it can't be done, but what we have allowed is for us not to understand how money. And I'm one of them. I don't understand money completely. So it requires us to get into financial education to make the money work. And those become beautiful words. Those become pretty words to some people. And then for those who got the back alley hustle, all they know is I'm trying to get it. I'm on this bag. I got to get this bag. Now you got the bag. What you gonna do with the bag? Besides flash. Because every time you flash a bag, child, hell, a mugger know where the bitch got a purse.
Going to get some Jordans.
You understand? Okay, he called me Florida Evans again. You better be lucky I can't get to your big ass motherfucker because you know I'm gonna slap the shit out you, right? Florida Evans, the government gives them $1,000 per project that covers sanitation too. They're supposed to handle that, not you. Well, motherfucker, if they ain't handling it, again, we know what they're supposed to do. Damn it! Why are you just sitting there allowing it to happen? It's just like somebody sitting up there that spilled the damn milk, but everybody walking in and they're tracking it through the floor because they said, well, I didn't spill it.
Damn.
Why? And yet we allow that to be what? We allow that to be the norm. But we bitch moan and complain at the wrong people. Yeah. You know, to the folks that got power say, listen, you took my motherfucking money, and these folks ain't doing what the fuck they supposed to do. That should have been on the media. That should have been everywhere. Call their bitch asses out. We paid our money. Where's our damn services? Because we had to do that. Show the media showing y'all doing that shit. We got to sit up here, grab shovels and carrying on because this is unsanitary for our children. We had to do this ourselves, but they got my motherfucking money. Hell, they do it all the time about these goddamn scams and shit. Okay? Oh, well, we got the mail scam and carrying on. The senior citizens been scammed, and that make the news all the goddamn time. But you want to tell me that because the government gave them this little coin, that because everybody want to sit around and just let it sit there and stank like somebody done died up in the goddamn shit, that we just supposed to accept that? Oh, because they supposed to do it. That's
but the thing is, if they don't do it, there's ways around that. Okay, you don't do it, and this is the part of my contract. That's why it's a bitch called escrow, honey. And until you start doing the shit that you're supposed to do, yeah, I'm gonna pay somebody to come and pick this up. But also, you're not getting none of my damn money
until it's done, and we put that in an escrow account. I'm not going. And listen. That's the part that a lot of folks don't do. They'll sit down there and say, oh, I'm not going to pay my rent. And what you do, you go spend the motherfucking money.
and you'll get put out because you spent the damn money and didn't put it in escrow, but then you're going to blame it on them for not doing their job. No, baby, there's a process to this shit.
And then you got to do yours. If you're trying to beat the system, you got to do your part to protect you. Boom. Eric, what you saying? Yes, we get allotted money to tear down these abandoned areas and factories here in Detroit and get money to build new houses and businesses here. Also, need to teach more business and finances in middle school and high school. All Americans need a better understanding of how the financial world works. Exactly.
All Americans, not just Black Americans, all Americans.
But all Americans need to, but let's focus on us because we're the ones who's in the deficit. Our shit is in the deficit because we've had all of it taken. Every time we've had it, it's been taken or it got burned down. When we had the advantage got burned down.
Like that movie Rosewood.
Hello. Then on top of it, we don't sit down there and teach the kids the importance of the business. How many family businesses are gone because the matriarch and the patriarch have passed on and passed away, but the kids didn't want to be bothered with it. The kids didn't understand the value of the land. So they sold it to get a quick coin. And now that whole legacy is gone.
Didn't even get a third of what the land was worth.
Exactly. Because they didn't understand what they had. What you say, we can't handle it because we plantation fuss with each other instead of fighting for each other. We tolerate everyone but want blacks to walk on water. Now that I will give you. I'll give you that one all day. And that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. We bitch moan and complain to you over here since you call, okay, Florida and Walona doing all the goddamn talking, but they talking in the apartment or down at the laundry room. They ain't talking where it counts. And they talking bullshit because now you get distracted, okay? Because you in the apartment complex and you see somebody that got some holes in their panties and they're trying to wash them when they should have thrown them away. So now you done got distracted. And girl, let me tell you, did you hear what happened to so-and-so? Girl, what? So now your conversation ain't about the business at hand. All you doing is venting. You ain't solving a goddamn problem.
But catch this, Chief. Look at how Florida's apartment is decorated compared to Walona's.
Walona's. Ha. And catch this other T, bitch. You know, not one time ever did Walona sit up there and say, girl, let me loan you some money, honey, because I see y'all on hard times.
Hell no.
Ha!
She wasn't giving them nothing free from the boutique either because that was her damn job.
Ha.
She'll give you a discount, but you ain't getting nothing free because you gonna fuck with her commission.
So that would be the reality of the show.
Okay. Now you know what? I think I'm gonna do this one time, child, because on the radio show, I interviewed Donna from Sanford and Son.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things, and I want y'all to pay attention to this because this is something that we seem to lack. If you look at our Black TV shows now, it's one thing that we got good jobs, okay, and we're well-to-do. But back in the 70s, honey, when we talked about those shows, everybody owned their business. Sanford and Son, he was a junkyard, but he owned his business. That's my mama, honey. Clifton Davis owned the barbershop.
Right.
Okay? And those, now, eventually, Walona ended up owning the damn boutique because remember, the boyfriend came in and bought it for her.
Right.
Okay? So she ended up owning the damn boutique. Okay?
And remember for What's Happening, then when they went to What's Happening Now, Raj ended up owning the
diner. Yeah, he bought Rob's diner. Yeah.
Sure.
And one that there was a staple in a lot of our programming back in the day. Okay. Now, a good time. They didn't own anything, but they had a cute little hustle until Jane. JJ's art was his thing. And he ended up becoming a manager of the art studio. Then he ended up doing his own thing with the greeting card. Remember, they started the greeting card company and this and another. He ended up becoming an entrepreneur.
Right.
That was something that was always there. George Jefferson was the owner of 7 Cleaners.
Right.
Okay. So this here is what that was instilled in the programming. Now what we have done, we have allowed the programming to sit down there and say, okay, as long as we got a good job and make a good money, we good. But not once have we got into the thing of saying that this is something that was ours. That's us. I own this. This is my company. You know? So yes, honey. Yes. Wait a minute. What we got? Focus on the holes in the panties and not the bigger issue. Right, Tracy? About to head out soon. Good luck, Nikki. Have a good week. A good week at work, me. Check out the pod, Big Red. Let me know what you think. Please vote, people. Don't just listen to the foolishness, okay? Enjoy you. Y'all be following you. Good night. Okay, Gerald. Y'all get okay. Be safe, baby. Get sweet dreams to your sugar. Currency planning and reevaluation on the global scale needs to take place before that level of reparations take place. Oh, good. That would actually have a mathematical repercussion that most leaders can't fix. Wow. Come on, EJ. I like that. I like that one. I like that one. The Jeffersons own the Cleveland. Yeah, they own 7 of them. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Amos and Andy owned many businesses, paid taxes, took care of their women, and all the blacks in the cities wore suits and owned businesses. Exactly. Okay, exactly. And all of our programming showed us as that working class that we owned, you know, and carried on. And I think that there is part of that translation that's missing. So again, going back to the whole thing, yeah, we want reparations, but you're going to withhold your vote until somebody discuss it?
But then, don't you think if you're going to do that, don't you think that's going to be counteractive and proving to people that you want reparations if you're going to hold back your vote? That's not making any sense.
How about that? Okay.
Because you know, my thing is even down to the election, and this is just my opinion. I think they need to go back, kill the college, and just go back to the damn popular vote. Period.
They really need to. That their electoral college is a mess.
That election college that's a bunch of bullshit. And in a roundabout way, that's why you have all the Republicans bitching about districting and redistricting and all that shit. Just put the shit back to the popular vote and call it a damn day.
How about that? My aunt worked for a white couple in Quitman, Georgia. He sent his daughters to college and now own a millionaire funeral home there. How about that? Okay. The white couple left him all the money. How about that? Okay. See?
But then let's get into higher education, and for whatever reason, and I don't know, maybe y'all two can help me with this. For whatever reason, we are encouraging our children to go to UCLA and Yale instead of going to HBCU.
Here's the thing. I love my HBCUs, but I need for them to get that curriculum to be what it was. HBCU now have become a political point, a political talking point. And what I need to hear from an HBCU, I need to see the curriculums. I need for folks to go to these schools, not because Martin Luther King went there and all of that. We understand the history and we appreciate our legacy. But now we got to realize and accept the fact that we have got to do something that's going to make us better in the bigger world. And then I want to challenge HBCUs, because how come we don't have a lot of business people coming out of HBCUs? We always hear about entertainers, we hear about lawyers and that. But what we don't hear, I don't hear of these Fortune 500 company owners and those people who came out of an HBCU that are actually doing the stock market and those kind of things.
But see, you know, the sad part about that is that, and you know, I'm a little history buff. You know, I love education. That's my thing. Yeah. I'm a nerd.
Yes.
it's a fact that Morgan State has the highest graduating rate for black engineers.
Boom. Okay. Boom. And so now that we have that right now, if we could get a dossier to it, we're following these children.
Right.
Doing with the degree. Because as we all know now, hell, I got a $75,000 debt. Okay. That came out of a school, but yet because I didn't have the equipment here, I feel as though I wasted my time sometimes because I'm not constantly doing this. You know, so I got a degree, praise the Lord. But at the same time, you know, now trying to get into the field, then it becomes the whole idea of internships and this, that, and the other, and paying these dues.
Yeah.
You know, and yet trying to follow it, but yet you got these folks that still want their money. And why in the hell? I know HBCUs are considered to be private institutions and carrying on, and some of them, I think a couple of them are public. But why in the hell is education costing so fucking much to where most folks are still, baby, our grandparents were still in college debt who went to college.
Yeah.
In debt to get an education. That doesn't make sense. And then there's no guarantee that the jobs are going to be there, that I could use this education in the field so that I could pay this shit down.
They say the average doctor, that's a physician, that goes all the way through medical school, does everything, whatever his doctor's specialty is. Once he gets into his field, they say it takes the average MD 10 to 15 years to pay back his stuff before he don't make no money. See, when them doctors come out, they don't be getting balling out of control. The ones that are doing their stuff in order and paying their loans back,
right?
He's not balling out of control. He broke as fuck.
Boom.
Okay. Then when he got them, when that stuff is done over, then he sees the six figures. But after that, bro,
Wow. How about that?
And I got that straight from a doctor.
But then let's also look at all the ones who graduate with a degree, and when they get out, they can't find a job in their field.
Right. Exactly. And now that's across the board. But then what we as black folks go through, and then add that component of my skin color and those who feel as though that I'm not supposed to be here because I'm black.
Mm-hmm.
So it becomes all of that. You know, it's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, most of us have a degree, but the money doesn't come in to balance out the debt. How about that? Okay. Okay. If you want to see why blacks are having these fallouts with voting, go to the Breakfast Club, because every Democratic nominee was on. That was on there. They were dismissing to blacks. If the voting field is to blame the candidates because they wasn't trying to sell what anybody's buying and didn't want to reflectively apologize for past policy. What the hell we got? Okay. First off, you know how I feel about these goddamn parties. Because I'm so sick of this becoming Republican, Democrat. I'm sick of that bullshit. Okay? Let's look at the individual person. Now, we're going to go record for record and carrying on. Let's do that. All right. Now you're saying that these children are talking down to blacks. Everybody on this thing with Biden because he said, "Well, if you didn't vote for Biden, then you ain't black." And everybody, y'all missed the front part of that when he was saying that the current administration had the thing about blacks, and he said, "I have a wonderful thing with blacks. Blacks do this and blacks do that." And he's saying that blacks don't this, that he don't know black folks. Blah 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 blah. He said that first. Now, what he did, it was an off-color joke, pun intended. Okay. And it didn't land because he was trying to be funny or make a little jokey joke or whatever, but it missed the mark. But everybody took that literally. Everybody took that. Y'all missed the part that he said the first and the front part of that. So now we got this whole big old thing. And for me, I was a little disappointed with Charlemagne because when he came on the news or wherever he was, they interviewed him after that particular thing, and he wanted to zoom in on that little piece. I was like, motherfucker, that ain't what the fuck he said, and you know that. As somebody who's a motherfucker talk show host, you were the one who set the goddamn questions up, and you know what? As much as you deal with that goddamn sideshow of yours at the Breakfast Club, as much as y'all throw off-color humor and shit, you didn't realize that? Okay, all right, fine. We'll go for that. But you're talking about apologize for the past policies. What the hell is an apology going to do when everybody's up there barking and talking about you're the reason why? How come? And it's not an apology. What we're looking at is what are you going to do to change what you fucked up? How you going to clean it up?
Right.
That's not an apology, honey. What that is okay, clean up your motherfucking mess. Don't have me walking in this goddamn spilt ass milk or expect me to clean it up because you spilt it.
Right.
Or treat me like y'all know how we do at hotels. Y'all will fuck up a goddamn hotel room. Yeah. Why? Because you know Miss Molly Maid is coming in behind your bitch ass, and then you gonna bark orders at her and tell her how to clean it up. No.
Molly the maid.
Shit.
Hazel.
Okay. So this is what this is. I think a lot of this that's disheartening with blacks and carrying on is the fact that we got this whole party system shit, and everybody's so big on trying to talk about what the parties do. Well, the Republican Party was the party of slavery. The Democratic Party started the slaves. The Democratic Party was the ones that did the Democratic Party, and everybody on this party bullshit, and it ain't got nothing to do with the parties no more. Because as we can all see, everybody has done flipped the goddamn script somewhere up in this shit. Okay, everybody has. Okay, everybody has. And that includes Obama, honey. And I love my president, honey. That was my president. And those who didn't like him, okay, you didn't like him, but I felt he was wonderful. He could have done more, but I felt he was a wonderful president. And not because he was suave and charismatic, but because he had to put up with that bullshit of folks not wanting to trust him, not wanting to work with him, not want to do anything. They set out to make him a failure, and he still had a number of victories up under his belt that's undeniable, unfucking deniable. Now, could he done better? Of course he could, but shit. Now if nobody learned the importance of voting for the Senate and the congressmen and all them kind of people as well, because they ain't just the president. If you ain't learned that during Obama's administration, then God help you. We need to get a civics class up in here so you can understand what this is. What all of this is. Obama, the president of the United States, is the face of the country. He's the one who sits down and he runs it. He delegates authority, but the power is in that motherfucking Senate. It's in the Congress because they're the lawmakers. They handle the purse. They tell you how the money gonna be motherfucking spent. And the president say, okay, I'm going to agree, or he'll have that veto, but I know I disagree with that, start over. That's what this is.
Who's in charge, Meech?
Huh?
Who really in charge?
Who really in charge? Oh, right now? You know Nancy.
Oh, okay.
You know Nancy Pelosi?
Okay, I just want to make sure, you know.
Oh, shit, you know, shit. They think Mitch McConnell, honey. Mitch McConnell is sitting up there. He just got the mouthpiece because he got the majority. But no, Nancy Pelosi, Mitch can't stand that goddamn Nancy.
Mm-hmm.
And if you really want to know the truth, that's who should have been president. It was her.
But they weren't ready for that. They were so upset about the black man being in there. They wasn't going to do no more minority type nothing. Well,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it'd been a white woman, they wasn't going to do it.
Messiah Care, Obamacare, Medicare for all 7.5 billion people. Okay. So there we have it, people. I was going to get into this other little topic about I'm still trying to understand when and how the Virginia Slave Code of 1705. I want to know how and when it became the Diversity Act, because I've looked that up, and every time I look it up, the only time I see the correlation between the Virginia Slave Code of 1705 and the Diversity Act is when Dr. Claude Anderson referenced it. I have not seen anywhere else where it is said that, okay, it was called this, but it became this because it's that's what I'm looking for, because I need to correlate that, because right now, being black and same gender loving LGBT black alphabet, the whole idea of using the term diversity and you know and things of that nature, and to say diversity now is becoming a political term as well. It's a hot button topic. But to say that now, particularly with this particular act, the Virginia Slave Code or the Diversity Act, it seems as though that being black and gay becomes counterintuitive or counterproductive because of what this act was supposed to be about.
For now.
Huh?
For now.
Right. So I'm trying to see when it made its conversion and why and how and what the correlation is.
My attitude with all that right there, because I don't feel like I'm the only guy like myself on the planet.
Oh, I know you're not.
But I'm saying I don't feel like I feel like I got this itch in the back of my head that's telling me I am going to be the one that makes them stand up and be counted. You know what I'm saying? It's going to become a group. It's going to rally.
Okay.
And it's going to be a confusing rally for those who have the narrow minds.
Okay. Oh, that's what you call that Messiah Obama Medicare.
Yeah.
Mom. Okay, the Holy Spirit Mom Act is coming to all nations near you. Okay, that's what you Messiah Care, Obamacare, Medicare.
You know what everybody don't pay attention to from the whole Obama reign?
What?
That he came in cleaning up a Texas A&M buffoon.
Right.
Did everybody just totally focused on him coming in, putting in the work that he put in? You know what I'm saying? It took him the first 4 years he was cleaning up.
So it took him the first 5.5.
I'm saying, but I'm talking about this. I just got to think about it. He was not able to do nothing but clean.
And defeat this, and cleaning up in the midst of trying to run his own shit.
All our presidents came from Ivy League colleges and prestigious, educations and stuff. The one before him couldn't even get into one, and he ended up buying his education from Texas A&M.
The
only ones. So yes. You gotta come.
And then here's the other thing, and that is I get tired of every time we turn around and get to talking about politics. Everybody starts to compare everybody else's presidency to Obama. If I hear Obama and Abraham Lincoln one more goddamn time, okay, it's ridiculous. Obamacare, a well-written legal draft that promotes equality for all. Okay, you say a well-written. I don't know if it was well-written because it had a number of loopholes in it. But one of the things that President Obama was trying to do was to get the folks to iron it out.
Right.
He was like, okay, it may not be perfect, but let's come to the table and let's iron it out. Okay. And nobody was willing to do that. Everybody did was bitch, moan, and complain about it. Okay. Now let's take the current administration. We could say we bitch, moan, and complain, but every time somebody goes to him to say, okay, let's do this, he ends up trumping it and said, no, we're gonna do it this way. Because I don't believe that. And it talks all this bullshit. And yet I still need folks to sit down. I want to see proof. Show me unequivocally what this man in his nearly 4 years of being in office, how he has been so significant to the Black community specifically at this time. Because I know the folks, we've seen the stock market go up and down and carrying on. I know folks like, well, my 401k got some coin, honey. My 401k got some coin. The 401k got coin because you put your own money in it. Did the businesses that's supposed to match you, did they match you or not? Okay. You know, and this and I want to see it because I believe there's good in everybody, and it's real easy to sit down there and just bash the current administration. It's real easy to do.
Let me ask you, did you ever think, okay, you speak on 401k, which is really the biggest criminal shit I've ever heard in my life.
Okay.
Now, did you ever think about this? They supposed to have this. You got some people that do quarter for quarter, dollar for dollar. You know what I'm saying? You know, they do 30%, you doing 70%, whatever. Everybody got their own doggone mathematics when it comes to 401k. But when you go to dig into there you're borrowing against yourself. It's your own money, but you got to go through all this paperwork to get it.
Right.
Secondly, if they were matching you, you would seem like you would be able to get more money than you do. You go in there 10 years and you ain't even crack 5 digits for what you could take out.
Okay, right. Hello.
So that means the money that's in there, that ain't nothing but money off a doggone some type of escrow or some type of interest-bearing account that they got your own money going into that you could have done by your damn self.
Well,
but what they did was put it into they put it into financial situations that they were represented by, so they could show a vast amount of money under the name of that corporation.
Right.
So if you got the 2,200 doggone employees and you done doggone collected 10 bands from all of them, it looks like you really, that money goes on top of the money that you profiting off whatever product you're pushing.
How about
whatever service you're pushing. So now your doggone company, your $1,000 company looks like a multi-million-dollar company on paper.
Boom. What you say? What? Say that part again. What?
On paper.
Well. Okay, here we go. Haji says, Obama came in cleaning, but treated Black issues like the Black mate did Tom from Tom and Jerry. Black folks not.
Okay, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that with him. I'm not gonna do that with him. I'm not gonna do that with him. I'm not gonna do that with him.
I'm not gonna do that one either because he always talk about that shit. And you know where I'm finna go. You know exactly where I'm finna go. Where the fuck were we at to if you felt like he wasn't doing nothing? Where was the push? Where was the fire up under him? And I don't want to hear about it because we bitch moan and complain and all that. We got all the commentators up there complaining.
Hey, look, goddamn it, if you can show up to the club for motherfucking goddamn free shots or dollar shots, motherfucker gonna buy one, get one free before 12, or ladies in before free. If you can do all that, then goddamn it, you can show up and show out for all these small elections that build up to the big elections that make changes in our communities. Everybody shut the fuck up or step the fuck up, okay?
Said he did nothing but pardon Alice Johnson on behalf of Kim Kardashian. That's rich, Daryl.
And then you ain't got to leave your house to vote no more. I sat here and voted so much on this fucking computer. Huh?
Okay.
Out of here.
Well, all right, children. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Nigga, I'm going to bed. I'm mad now. How'd you go stand in the corner?
Okay. Yes, honey. When we come back, let's see. Today, like I said, I got the donut factory tomorrow and the next 3 days coming. So we'll be back Friday, and it's a feel good Friday. So I'm not gonna fuck with this on Feel Good Friday. I'm not. It's Feel Good Friday. We want to feel good. So I'm gonna come up with something that's cute and unique and all that kind of stuff, so we can sit there and have a good time. So, having said all that, hopefully, maybe she probably won't. I think she's gonna be gone for about 2 weeks, but hopefully she'll be able to join us, and that's gonna be Aunt Nikki. Hopefully she'll be able to come on in, and all of those shenanigans and things of that nature. All right. So, having said all of that, my darling, we want to thank you all for joining us, and thank you for sharing your opinions and your epiphanies and carrying on. Thank you for spirited debate. I knew I could get that out of Haji. And I know if I talk about this shit, this damn diversity shit, I know that's gonna be another one. But Obama was there to criticize us when he went to Freddie Gray protests and called them thugs, even though nothing was torn down but CVS. Okay, so you want to go tit for tat, right? You want to go fucking tit for tat. And again, if a black man call another black man a goddamn thug, shouldn't he know one when he see one coming from Chicago? Boop. Okay, shouldn't he was talking the language of the people? Boop. Or are we looking at thug being a motherfucking political term because Hillary Clinton called us thugs? Is that what you want to sit down here and go to?
Make another point. Come on, me. I got you.
Anywho.
And on today's
okay. Enjoy you as always. Thank you, Daryl. We enjoyed you as well. Thanks for coming in. Good night, baby. Hey, okay. There was that, children. So with that being said, I'm gonna go to. I got to stretch my legs and carry on. I got to give me some sustenance up in here, you know, because the brother got a little hungry, and I'm tired of eating junk. I've been eating chips and shit. I need some food. Okay. So you may finish all of your crumpets, my darling, because the tea has been dished, and you've been dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meats and the big guy ally, Big Red, and then we had Aunt Nikki and our special guest commentator today, Helena Hologram out of BMO, Baltimore. Okay. If you love me, tell a friend, honey. If you hate me, how? Tell all your damn enemies, child. But do know this, one way, shape, style, form, or fashion, everything that we do right here will move forward. So until the next time, my darling, we'll have a good time. Be safe. Wear your masks. Make sure you clean, sanitize, honey, and carrying on. And do the right thing, honey, all right? So that there, and
cut.
See.